Dick.
Yes, Dan.
How much product are you getting?
I am, my entire store is getting less product than what some people pre-ordered.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah. When one of our teammates was like, yeah, I'm getting 3 cases.
Yeah.
And I was like, my business that is supposed to sustain X amount of players is getting 2 cases. It's a rough day for my mental health.
It's not good. It's not good. I don't, I've been running around like a crazy person. Okay. And I have messaged, I think, like 10 different stores in Philadelphia I won't lie. I'm not even gonna try to lie. Like 6 of them I don't go to, right? Like I maybe went to one set championships one time. Mostly because they all play on like weeknights, and for me to get into my own city from where I live is like an hour on a Tuesday night. I'm just not doing it. Like I'm just not doing it, right? Like I'm not doing it. But the amount of just like, yeah, you can get a box. I'm just like, oh my god, this is so difficult.
Yeah. I left Kent up here because he got to witness the day that I found out how much product our entire store was getting.
Yeah.
And the tears.
Yeah. Your direct quote was, "I'm out of business."
Yeah.
And I don't mean to laugh because it's not funny. Like it's not funny, but I wasn't there, but I could hear you say it, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, we were already thinking about calling it quits. It's been a nightmare. Like the favor that we're doing the community has not been worth the stress.
Yeah, of course not.
Honestly. And I've owned a store. I've worked at many stores. We can make an entire video about this. I have never experienced this level of stress. If a store has opened in the past year, or is probably going to open in the next year, I hope you have 5 years of expenses saved up, because you're not making money. It's impossible. Some of our distributors that we applied for straight up said on the application, you cannot order trading card game product for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Like how do you open a store? Yeah, and all of the product goes to seniority. It doesn't matter how many events they run, because I tell you what, around us, aside from 1 or 2 stores, they're running this many events. Most of the stores will just straight up tell you, if you go in there, yeah, we don't care about Disney Lorcana at all, but as long as we're making a profit, we'll buy it and flip it the week it comes out. Half the stores didn't even run set champs this time. One of them posted on Facebook and said, hey, we're canceling our set championships. Maybe we'll reschedule it. Thanks for understanding. Or don't understand. We don't care.
Cool.
Yeah. And there's no word on, if they're doing a set champions or if they're returning that kit that they're supposed to return.
Sure they are.
They are. It's rough. It's really rough because there's so many stores around here that I could make videos about. But I know people will be like, well, it's your competition. So of course you're going to slander them. But again, I'm not trying to make money. We'd love to break even though.
Yeah. Well, so even the flip side of this, we have great friends, Encounter Comics and Games, who we've worked with since Into the Inklands now. So that's 6 sets of this. And this is a store that on average gets 200 to 250 boxes every set. They're getting less than 100.
Yeah.
So like, what's the excuse there? This is a store that runs all their set championships, runs additional events, like they're one of the more active stores out there, and they got less than 100. Like,
yeah. The only excuse that I can think of is it appears from the wording my distributor used that this is solely supposed to be pre-release product and that there's another full release wave. But no one's going to view it that way because for the past 2 years, the 2-week early thing has just been what the stores get. And in this day and age, if you don't have stuff the moment other people do, you're cooked. You feel like you're missing out huge.
Well, it's not even that you feel it. You actually are in some ways.
Yeah.
And it's worse because every event, and I do mean this, like every event from every tournament organizer, whether it's Star City Games, whether it's Charged Collectibles, whether it's PPG, like every single one of those tournament organizers have come accustomed to what the norm was. So with basically no warning, they're like, oh, there'll be another run in 2 weeks. It's like, yeah, but that's supposed to be for big box stores. Like, that's supposed to be like, hey, these is how you get new people into the game that walk into Target and see a Disney card game. They're like, oh my God, this is awesome. That's not really supposed to be for your player base of the game, you know?
Yeah.
Specifically because it's retail in most cases. Like, you know, I'm not saying that I've never bought a cart, like a pack at Target from time to time, but I'm sure it's not going in there and buying 24 packs for $144. Like, that's just never going to happen. So when you get to this point where all of these organizers, they're like, oh yeah, you know, we're going to get our 200-300 boxes. We're going to be fine. We're going to have stuff to sell. The vendors are going to be loaded. Well, now if you're saying that we all have to wait 2 weeks, that means like Ink, SSG, Charlie's Collectibles, like those 3 events, they have a problem now. Because if they only got a third of what they normally would, then we're in trouble, right? Like these events aren't the same. They're not all true. And then, of course, you know, for anybody that gets their hands on whatever amount, can you imagine like what? I mean, like Dumbos are pre-selling for $60 on TCG Player, like $60. Like I think 5 sets of them are sold for $60 each. Like that's one legend. We haven't even played a game yet. We haven't had a tournament report yet to say, yeah, Dumbo is a $60 card. But when there's no product, that's what it's going to cost.
The uncommons from the 33 cards could be $10 each. I mean,
if they're not in the starter deck,
right?
Yeah.
Although, I don't know if you noticed, some of the starter deck cards have sold for more than the starter deck costs.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at.
It's an Iago problem again.
Yes.
And you know what? I've never, in all my years, I've never been allocated on starter decks. It's usually like, I'm getting 8 starter decks. It's usually like, hey, we can only give you 10 cases, but do you want 5,000 starter decks?
Yeah. Like, I'm looking at this now. It looks like how many come in a starter deck? 12
in a case?
Yeah.
I think 8.
8? No, it's more than 8. I think it's 12. Unless the boxes are different. I thought it was 12. Well, hold on. I can do the math. What is that? 100? What's no, I don't know the math. I can't do it that quickly. Whether it's 8, whether it's 12, I guess it doesn't matter. 8, it might be 8 because now it's 2. I know in chapter 1 it was 12, but I think that was because there was 3 of them. So now it's 8. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, even the encounter is only getting 16 starter decks. Like that's it. Like I literally, I'm not a kid. We went live and I just got a message to see everything that they're getting, and I'm like, like 12 tropes. That's it.
Also, I should correct us. They're single player decks.
Yeah, they are single player decks. That's true.
It's funny because booster boxes, limited, so on and so forth.
It's bad.
If the set was supposed to bring in brand new players,
you think there'd be a lot of
single player decks.
Well, yeah, there's that too. But if I don't know, like, do you have any, like, what is your pre-release kit? Are you getting one?
That is my pre-release kit. Was what I sent you that I'm getting.
Oh,
this is everyone's pre-release kit.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I mean,
this is also true because it's like insane. I don't know if you've seen, but you may have seen photos where I had stored Pokemon product.
Yeah.
Thousands of boxes, right?
Yeah.
I cannot order even a starter deck for Pokemon.
Yeah.
And my store has been in business almost a year.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, no, if there's anything left over, because you're still a brand new account, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It's actually insane. And Magic, yeah. Okay, so again, this could be in another video about opening a store. So I signed up for the Wizards Play Network, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, forget it. Like, if we can't get Lorcana, I'll run Friday Night Magic, you know? And I submitted everything, and they were like, yeah, you don't have enough Magic product in stock for us to approve you. You can resubmit the photo when you have more Magic product in stock. But you're not allowed to buy Magic product from a distributor unless you're in the Wizards Play Network. So I have to buy it secondhand, which is fine. But it's just funny.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it seems very dumb. There's no other way to put it. You're not allowed to buy it unless we approve you. We're not approving you because you haven't bought it. You know? And if you look at some of the pre-sale prices on Spider-Man and Avatar, we're talking about like $1,000 for a collector's box, which costs is like, it depending on the distributor, like let's say between $100 and $200.
Yeah.
My rent is $900.
Yeah.
If I could get allocated one box, I would be like, whatever. Like, I'm free rolling, so I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Again, if I'm not, me and James are not trying to get rich off of our customer base. We actually gave away product yesterday. Just gave it away.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, if you can come up with a cool deck for Fabled, we'll give you booster packs.
Yeah.
You know? And then I submitted the deck list to our team. So we're not trying to make money per se, but you can't just burn $1,000 a month on overhead. Yeah. And I mean, and I get it. I'm a new store. Even if they looked at my tournament history and said like, hey, you have 8 regular customers, each customer probably buys 2 to 3 boxes. Well, that's still 3 times as much as I'm allocated.
Yeah, right. Like okay, like that's still 24 boxes.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not going to get upset that they can't give me 1,000 boxes.
Yeah.
8 boxes is effectively 0.
It's basically the same.
It's even if you did 1 box per person, you're going to upset all 8 of those people plus everyone who didn't even get one.
Yeah,
you're never making a single person happy.
Yeah. It's bad.
That's just the state of card games. That's that's the Logan Paul effect of card games.
I mean, like, the problem with it for me is that like this affects you in one way, but it also it affects the game in another way. And I'm talking like it affects the game on almost every level that I can think of it.
Right.
You know, like it affects the competitive player, it affects the social player, it affects the new player. Like all 3 people are potentially going to be affected by this trickle down, and it certainly affects the collectors, you know? So like
if I walk in a steakhouse and they sold out a steak, never going there again.
Yeah.
If someone walks in a card shop and they're sold out of cards, well, okay, I'll just move on to the next hobby.
Like, what do you mean? It just came out today. You're already sold out? Well, yeah, I got 8 boxes.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you know, from the tournament organizer point of view, like this is beyond frustrating. This is like the first time, like, all right, guys, we're gonna bet on everything. We're gonna host an event. We're gonna put 40 boxes on the line. It's gonna be great. It's not great. It's very bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's like a true life of where we are right now. Is that this type of information? Like here we are. It's the 30th, or I'm sorry, it's the 20th. Okay, most stores have been finding out about their allocations within the last 3 days, and now you have a community of players that you have to go and tell, hey, by the way, this is all we're getting. And it's like, it's not enough. You know how a couple months ago I was like, man, like Ravensburger needs a win. This isn't it. This isn't it. And it's upsetting. It is, because like to me, rotation's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be this new breath of fresh air. It's supposed to have all these nice, clean things to it. And it's going to start again on a negative. and it's like come on, come on. So I don't know. It's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. And hopefully it randomly more boxes do show up quicker than the 2-week time frame. But yeah, it's a bad taste in the mouth to start, which is unfortunate. I can't even imagine. Like your boxes cost like $200 a box probably already.
I think theirs coming from EU. Yeah, I think a store owner said that.
I'd say, well, that's why I made the joke about $200.
Yeah.
I wonder how the EU allocations are, in all honesty. Like I wonder if NA is just strictly being hit by this for whatever reason. That's where it'll be interesting to me, I guess. I don't know. But it's not how I wanted to start Fabled at all.
Right. I'm in the minority. I'm excited for Fabled.
I'm excited for Fabled. I'm just not excited because of this start.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. Tariffs from EU cause no product to come over from their printers. Yeah, that makes sense. No. All right, I'm gonna allow this comment to let me rant for a second about another comment that I read on X that I thought was ridiculous.
Okay. I'm scared.
Yeah, it's okay. So there was a comment made about the allocations that I saw on X, and they said, wow, how terrible is it that they don't have a good enough allocation for the game, but they're giving away boxes to content creators. As a content creator that did not get a box or any care package from Fabled, that is the dumbest comment anyone could have ever made. Like, you're actually stupid. So I hope you hear this, and I really don't care, but I think you're dumb for ever making a comment like that. Stupid. Has nothing to do with the other. Literally nothing. The what? I don't even know. The 20 boxes, the 30 boxes they sent out, that's going to affect the overall world's global allocation. I mean, use your brain. Use your brain. Let's be real. This is dumb. But anyway,
like there's probably more boxes open just for quality control purposes. Yeah.
Maybe.
Like that's just how things work.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder. I don't know. I would need Melissa for this because I'm sure she knows the answer. But like, I wonder what Disneyland gets. I wonder what Disney World gets. Like, I wonder what that allocation actually is for those, and like what that's going to look like. And maybe they went more heavier in those locations this time. I have no idea. But the LGS not getting like realistically anywhere close to what it was used to, that's definitely a problem. Could they have shorted it? Because no, see, here's the problem why this cannot be true. Because the whole point of this is to bring like a plethora of new players in. So the only way you can do that is if they walk into a store and there's product available.
Right.
But like if you can't even like fulfill your current player base, how could you ever build a new player base?
Right. Also, if like it's known that it's in high demand and low product availability, everything's going to skyrocket. It's going to be even harder for new people to get in. You're going to be even more rewarded if you've been playing for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And it would be interesting to see if some of the older cards go up now.
I mean, they've already started to, in all honesty, shout out to Scott for the finance guide, but he had talked about this market going so crazy that it didn't make sense because there was reprints. It's like, why would a Hades triple in price if it's about to get reprinted? Like, that doesn't make sense. Well, I mean, now if you can't get the new Hades, what does it matter? Like,
Right, exactly.
But it's even worse because now this almost has like first chapter vibes already. Because if it's difficult to get them, then guess what? Before we know it, boxes on TCG Player will be $200.
Yeah, and obviously the new rarities have only exasperated the issue, because even people that have never opened sealed product are like, man, but I love gambling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't know. This is another rough one. It's just another rough one. That's kind of the moral to the start of this. But we're gonna save it. We're gonna save it. I had to start on the bad note so we can talk about a bunch of fun stuff. But again, like, Dick, this absolutely affects your livelihood. There's no about that. For me, it kind of affects my credibility because I bet on having product for an event, and now I'm like, great, I don't even know if I can fulfill that. I got to go find other boxes just so I have enough product, because our allocation was 1/3 of what it normally is. Like, that's insane. There's no way anybody could have predicted getting 1/3 of what you would normally get for really no reason. So it's like one of those where it directly affects us for different reasons, and I think it's going to directly affect the market for another reason. I think it's going to directly affect new players coming into the game, and I think it's just going to piss off a bunch of other players again. Like, I think it's just like a reoccurring theme of things that shouldn't have to happen for them to apologize for. And right now we're seeing it all over the place, where it's like, what do we like? It's tough. It's very aggravating. But it's okay. It's all right. We might have got bad news, but we have some good news. It's TFM Melissa's birthday. So if you're hanging out, make sure we say happy birthday, Melissa. We're excited for her. She's having a good day, I'm sure. Hopefully it's a better day than my day and Dick's day. But happy birthday, Mel. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
She turned 47 today.
I don't think so. All right. So our first topic tonight that we're going to be discussing is, we've had a couple weeks of testing now with the cards out, and we've had a lot of more information. And really, what we want to discuss is like the cards that so far to date absolutely took us by surprise. So you did 5, I did 5. We'll go back and forth, and we'll talk about the cards and everything like that. And while we're going along, if you're in chat, you're hanging out with us, and you want to drop a card, Dick and I will cover it as well. And we'll let you know.
Do you have mine on a slide? Because I don't remember mine.
I got you, Belle. I got you. You didn't remember? You're like, I don't even remember.
When we talked earlier, it was 11:45, and I woke up 15 minutes early. All right. I was tired.
All right. So our first card is Goofy Set for Adventure. The 2-cost inkable, 2 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore, with the ability Family Vacation. Once during your turn, whenever this character moves to a location, you may move one of your other characters to a location for free. If you do, draw a card. I won't lie. I have not played a single game with this card. So you need to tell me why you think this card's good. Right.
So this card is surprising. This time in a good way. Yeah, it's so hard to draw cards, right?
Yeah.
We can agree it's so hard to draw cards. And this is such an innocuous card, right?
Yeah.
But this is one of those things where it's the end is the greater than the sum of its parts, right?
Yep.
This is the lettuce on your BLT. All right. Like, literally, so James made a deck with just Hidden Cove.
Yeah.
And I was actually mad when he laid the deck out at the end of like 12 games.
Yeah.
Because in 10 of those games, he drew a card off Goofy.
Sick.
It was so frustrating. Okay. And like, on its own, obviously it's terrible, but it's inkable. So it's just one of those cards that you're happy to ink early. If you do have this plus whatever locations you're playing, Hidden Cove, whatever, it's just free. Draw a card, right?
Yeah.
it even cuts this down on ink cost if you're able to move something. Not only that, this was one of the first cards I started cooking with. I don't know if you remember. I was trying to do this with like the Sugar Rush Speedway stuff.
I mean, that costs a lot, but sure.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of like, I was trying to think of stuff with that, and then I was even trying Emerald Ruby, because if you tuck this thing, it moves something else as well.
Yes,
like there you could set up this long chain of events that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
it just wasn't good, but it was interesting.
yeah.
So this card surprised me because I thought it was going to be something that we just immediately wrote off, but I actually think it has legs.
So we'll come back over here and we'll talk. So it doesn't work with mine because like the second character goes doesn't trigger the mine effect, so it actually would be counterintuitive with mine, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I do think with Cove it's interesting for sure.
Also, if you happen to have two locations, it's so annoying. It's such an annoying thing happening because once per turn you can move it to another.
Okay. I was about to say, so you can't just like quote infinite, right? Like I just gotta make sure real quick.
I don't know if you remember playing limited Into the Inklands with the Hey that would reduce a lore.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like, do you really want to fire the cannons this thing, especially after they drew a card off of it?
Yeah.
It's just really annoying.
Oh, that's hot. I like where Orion's head's at. This is sick. This would actually be kind of broken.
Just keep them going.
Yeah, I won't lie. I remember I remember looking at it and James is like, "Hey, this card did a thing." I'm like, I don't even know if I read that card twice. So I do like that is a card that is probably very off the radar, and it's hard to say. Like it's basically all on the simplicity of drawing cards is hard.
Right.
It's literally that simple. If anyone has not played the format yet, you need to get used to playing War. All right, and what I mean by that is that you're going to play a bunch of the games with no cards in your hand, and you're playing off the top of your deck, and you're just like, "Yep, this is just what it is." A lot of the format is going to come down to that. If you're not kind of building these sort of innocuous ways to draw cards, and he hilariously checks that box. Obviously, when we're so used to Diablo, Cusco is back, so Cusco is like a solid option, but like there are not a lot of cards in the format that just says draw a card. It's very tough to come by. So for Emerald, I mean specifically Emerald, right? Like Emerald lost all of its draw power.
It only really had one, but it was the best.
It had Diablo, it had Prince
That's
John.
what I'm talking about.
It had a couple things.
Oh yeah.
What did they do with the allocations? They suck. You missed the start of that. You can restart the video, and I promise you it'll be there. It'll be in the timestamps later. But yeah. So
what's the deal with allocations?
Yeah, exactly. So Goofy, good start.
Yeah, not only that, like playing a location and it being banished is so rough. At least you draw a card with the Goofy.
That's true. So we have Lilo, the best explorer ever, which is a 3-cost inkable, 2 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore. Come on, people, let's move. When you play this character, your other characters gain Challenger +2 this turn. And go get them. Whenever this character quests, chosen alien character gets +2, and this character can challenge ready characters this turn. So when I first looked at this card, I was like, I don't know. It's okay. But we already have 2 lore Yelena. We already have 2 lore Jafar. Do I really need to buff multiple characters? And yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Like this card has been absolutely bonkers in testing. I can't believe how good it is. Completely blew everything out of my proportion. Like when I first looked at this card, I'm just like, it's whatever. But now I'm like, wow, the come on people, let's move is honestly the only effect I care about. but the idea that we have very interesting characters to utilize for the alien effect only makes this card even more interesting. So yeah, for this one for me, I just we were playing games last week, and I played this like 3 times in 5 games, and every one of those times I basically murdered my opponent's board and was just like, wow, this is kind of unfair. So this was definitely my standout so far. Have you played with or against this yet?
Yeah, I think this card's great. Did I put this on my list too?
No.
If not, I thought about it because I'm surprised the amount of people that have like still glossed over it.
Yeah, it's
like
good. It's
I've
really,
still
really
heard
good.
a couple of people saying, "Why would I play this when I could play on the quest or two?"
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
because sometimes you just win the game when you play this.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what you have left.
when you even like, first of all, like the problem with this card in some cases, I would make the argument that this is a fox trap, right? So we got to a point in the game where we're like, we didn't quest on 3, right? And we're like, no, we're not going to get our characters banished by fox. We're never going to do that. And that's cool. That's fine. We can live in that world. But the real truth is, this character is good literally at any point in the game. Like, just randomly at some point in the game, you're just like, for 3, I get to +2 my whole board. That's just crazy. Like,
Right.
It's actually crazy. So it like Cricky is one of my favorite cards ever printed in the game. It's the one card I really wish was reprinted that wasn't. And instead of having Cricky, I now have Lilo. And spoilers, I'm an Amethyst Steel enjoyer. And this card is so
I was going to
good.
say, I think it's best in Amethyst Steel.
It's so good in Amethyst Steel. It's crazy, insane good. So yeah, I don't know. It's bonkers. I'm excited for it, but I won't lie. A, the enchanted for this is fire. B, this card is a super rare in a set that we just told you is gonna be really hard to find. So 4 of these for the first few weeks, they're gonna be expensive.
Yeah, and the pre-order price right now, I thought was actually reasonable. As someone who would never pay the pre-order, when I was checking prices yesterday, it was like $10. And
wow, I literally would have bought them.
I was just thinking, like, with allocation issues and everything.
I think I would have bought them, like, straight up. I think I would have bought them. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Bananas. Dick, tell me about your next card.
The Queen of Hearts. I was getting absolutely smacked around by this. Yeah, I don't know if Kent is still in the chat. Oh my God. Anytime he played the Queen of Hearts, I almost said, all right, let's go to the next game. In a format where you have to turn your character sideways, when you're not bouncing all your characters back to your hand with snakes and foxes and all that stuff, it's so utterly frustrating. Not only that, the 1/4 Queen of Hearts has probably never been better, and this shifts right on it, and it's like a surprising shift. Yeah, because this card, limited all-star, probably the #1 pick, if not this beast, right? Sure. When it was in limited. Oh, Kent's here. Kent, tell him all the tears I cried. All right. I'm not afraid to admit it. Yeah, this card is shockingly good right now because we're used to challenging doesn't matter. Yeah. Right. Yeah. All the way back to like when you interviewed Ryan Miles. Yep. He was like, what's up with Ruby? Why do all these cards say when you challenge, but you never challenge anything? Yeah. Especially like you were going into turn 5 was a Maui turn. Yeah. So people really never turned anything sideways. Yeah. Like this card is brutal. And there with Ruby Steel possibly being a real deck, half of those cards challenge ready characters too. Yep. So there's no way around it. So I've been dying for a tier 1 Alice in Wonderland card. I think the little one in the bottle, the Savvy Sailor, was close. Yeah. I think that this might actually be the real deal, especially in a game where we're playing off the top. We're turning things sideways. We're leaving damage laying around, stuff like that. I really think that this card is going to see a lot of play. And I think people are just automatically not thinking about it because it wasn't played before.
Yeah. Couple facts. First one. Snake Chips, you've been playing on hard mode, bud. All right. you've been playing on hard mode, bud. I don't know what to tell you. Second fact, this card is very good. And it's like you said, in limited, right? Let's talk about that limited format for a second. In limited, all we do is trade off characters and challenge, and like that's all we do in limited. And it's like who has the last laugh? We're kind of playing like a slightly above powered limited format. Like that's kind of what we're doing. So this card, again, just like this innocuous way to draw cards, all of a sudden you're like, wow, like this card's just brutal. This card's just good. And I think that is a testament to what rotation can do. Like people are so upset. They're so worried. They don't have their broken cards, their bombs, they didn't get this back, they didn't get that back. And they're not at all excited at the concept of like, wow, this card that's been in the game since set 2 that's basically never been played might be a top 10 card in the format.
I have a hilarious story about drafting set 2. I was at Coliseum and Comics for that entire like 3-month period. And I won every draft for about 3 weeks in a row. And then I said, all right, I'm going to teach everyone how to draft. So I said, Queen of Hearts, stop passing me this card. It's first pick. Just take it. Like I had one draft where I had 3 of them. Okay. How do you lose? Well, someone didn't look at the Queen of Hearts that I was showing them, and they ended up drafting 4 of the Emerald ones. It's uninkable. And I believe there was
a damage to a damaged thing.
Yes. And I believe Liz was there that night.
Yeah.
Liz was there that night. That's Samurai Kid.
Sword.
Yeah, his name is Samurai Kid. Yeah, he ended up drafting 4 of that, and I believe 4 or 5 of the 2-drop rush ones. Not only that, he thought you could only play 2 ink colors. He was real lost.
Oh boy.
So he had a Queen of Hearts deck. All right.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the one that I was trying to explain to everyone.
Oh
so
boy.
That was a really good night. I felt awful, but I was trying to help. But like he had also drafted for that 3-week period, and I was like, you never noticed not once your opponents had all the inks. He's just like, I thought they were cheating. I don't know. It's his first card game. This is his first ever card game. Oh my.
Whoa, greetings from Portugal. What is up? What's time is it there? That's crazy. Love it. Love to see it. Well, that's amazing. So yeah, Queen of Hearts, put that card in your deck. That card's good. For sure. Do you know what other card's good? How about Belle Accomplished Mystic? Yeah, this 5-cost 4/4 2-lore, shift 3, enhanced healing. When you play this character, move up to 3 damage counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character. Man, is this card insane. I think I like generally think that this, you could convince me that this is the best card in the format. I think that's similar to how Rapunzel was for all of eternity is now what Belle is going to be. And I think what's even crazier is that through testing, we are seeing you actually be punished for having characters with damage in play.
Right.
Like, oh my, like this card is just bananas. And it's like, it's like an entirely different version of the Rapunzel effect, like you're just like, oh, I'm good, I'm fine. They have to like waste it. And all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we'll just get rid of your really good character. Thanks. You're like, oh, that was painful. Yeah, I don't know. For me, this is a card that like occasionally I would play 1 of, maybe I'd play 2 of. I'm really starting to look at the deck and go like, wow, this card's just so good that I think playing 4 of them is not even bad. Like that's how good I think this card is.
Yeah. I have been really, I was going to bring this card up, not Belle. I was going to bring another card up with one of my other picks. Mm-hmm. I have been loving Prince John, the 5/5.
Yeah.
How does your opponent play around Belle when they have to play characters in your Prince John.
Yeah.
Like, what choice do they have? And when people are playing on curve, the Prince John has 2 to 3 damage on it only.
Yeah, yeah.
It's brutal. And then obviously, Blurple, Belle's insane. Someone just pointed out Curbs perfectly from Scrooge.
Yep.
Card's nuts. Luckily, there's no snake or anything, because if you could shift these onto each other and keep bouncing them,
it would, it'd be insane. But it's funny because even the 3-cost one, like, you could convince me that card's good enough. Honestly.
Yeah. I don't think you could do it in Ruby Amethyst, but I could see in some of the other ink colors where your 3-drop slot is not huge. Like right now, I'm loving some other 3-cost cards that I think are better on the top deck.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I do agree with that. Like, we actually had a conversation in our team chat today about Amethyst Steel and about, I don't know, like the 187 playable 3-cost cards in the game.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where you look at the format and you just go, I can make an argument for this. I can make an argument for that. I can make an argument for this over here. Like, the fact that that's kind of where we are right now, and there's so much exploration going on, don't get me wrong. But that's like what the most intriguing thing about the format is. But it's also like just understanding like how different we are going to interact in Fabled than we have beforehand. Before, everything was honestly about songs. Like, the songs basically dominated the format. When the songs deck were the best, they were just untouchable. Ward was such a dominant thing in the format. Now I think like Resist is honestly the new Ward. Like, I'm like looking at the 2 cards. I'm like, well, everything challenges, and no one's playing actions anyway. So like, don't I just want Resist one? Yeah, it's like it's
right.
It's just things like that you look at this and you see just this immediate change of the format so quickly. And we can debate whether or not it's fun, whether it's not fun, whether it's slow. We have that. That's an entirely different debate. But the point is that it's already proving that these cards being rotated are creating a drastic change in the way we play Disney Lorcana, and that's very interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great thing. Me and Willoughby's have a video about me just raging on the people that have been complaining for 3 months without touching the cards yet.
Cool.
That one was bad for the brand, because I'm just like, everyone was calling the last format stale. Everyone wanted to do something new. This is all brand new. This is, if you did, people are telling me they didn't want new. They wanted their favorite thing and their opponent's decks to be new.
Yeah, that's
what people are really telling me.
Yeah. They wanted their cake and eat it too. Got it.
Yeah. Right. And I think we're at the point where people need to understand that the developers of the game have curried a lot of favor in the community. And the people that have been complaining before even the full set was revealed, all the way back since like set 1 and 2, have not curried any favor.
Yeah.
And should just probably be ignored at this point.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I mean, I think that in the end, we had to let go of the past to make room for the future. It's just that simple. The cards were too good. They were too powerful. And it would have only become like a way more toxic environment if we just kept layering on to the power level of these things. That's kind of where I'm at. Dick, we got to pay the bills real quick.
Oh,
boom. So for those of you that are watching, thank you guys so much. If you want to hear more about Amethyst Steel specifically, we have an entire guide on it already. There's 4 chapters out already, with another 4 to come before the release of Fabled. I'll actually be sitting down with the birthday girl herself and discussing the early testings of the Amethyst Steel deck and kind of where we are in some of the versions. But this is it. This is like our bread and butter. This is a guide that, for the last year, we updated it from sets 5 through 8, and now we're going into the rotation, and we have a brand new guide out that's all targeting from 5 through 12. So if you want to check out your Amethyst Steel enjoyer, this is the perfect way to do that. And thank you for kind of supporting us in our own little way through that. But Dick, our next card, this was on your list. Tell me about Genie.
This card is so frustrating. Oh my God. Yeah, this is another James one. He was like, you know what? I don't know how I feel about this card. I'm just going to throw 4 in my deck. Yeah, I wanted to throw my deck. It's just one of those cards. Like, it's like having a little Tinkerbell.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of activation on that, right? This card, how do you ever quest? If you don't have Smash or Strength,
yeah,
how do you ever quest again when your opponents have Lilo every turn? We talked about how good Lilo was. What if they have it every turn?
Yeah.
It was infuriating. Not only that, if I didn't have evasive characters, he could quest with this and all of his other cards.
Yeah.
And then my challenges were awful.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just his turn.
Yeah, yeah.
And it quests for 2?
Yeah,
Remember when we had Tinkerbell? Remember when we had a 4-cost Tinkerbell that gave something evasive till end of turn? And that card was like overpowered for a 4-cost?
Yeah.
What is this? Like, yeah, this card, I know, dies to everything. Dies to Doomblade. Dies to Smash. Guess what? Sorry, banished by Smash. If you don't have it, you don't have it.
Yeah.
And it just stonewalls you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. So it surprised me. It was something that I was just like, I don't know, we might be past like 2-3 evasives that cost 4.
Yeah.
But it's just when you have one single card that if it's not answered, we saw it with Diablo. I mean, it's not as strong as that, obviously. But for people that want to relate to something in their brain, it's rough when you have one card that if it goes unanswered, it could like win the game. And I think this is one. I don't know if it will see play at the end of the day, but it surprised me. And that was the word you used.
It is the word I used. Oh man, I hate this card. I had a conversation today about Yzma, right? And I can kind of use this same conversation for like so many cards in the format. And basically, I feel like we are playing a format where you're playing one of two things, right? You're playing the answer, or you're playing like you're kind of like hedging a bet. And I feel like this card lands on the side of hedging a bet. But it also has the ability to say, like, if you don't answer this, I probably win the game.
Yeah.
So the question is, at what point do we get that hilariously enough, a lot of these cards that go under this frame are 3 willpower cards. Like, it's like a repeating effect of this. So the moment we get to a point in the metagame where if you tell me the best cards in the game are 3 willpower, well, we have a card in the format that does 3 damage.
Oh, yeah, I'm jamming that card.
Right. So like, but that's kind of my point, is that you have a bunch of these cards that clearly are like, man, if I get to ready, I might just win the game. You know, like I might just win the game if I get to ready.
Yeah, this is funny.
But if I pay 4 and my opponent banishes it and I did nothing, literally, I mean nothing, because there's a lot of cards that you can play that do something. But if I pay 4 and do nothing and then my opponent just gets rid of it, do I just lose the game?
I think that one of the saving graces of this card not driving us insane for the next year is that it costs 4, because there's so many good cards that cost 4.
Yeah.
I do think the best world for this deck is probably Emerald Sapphire.
Yeah.
Because you sail or Tipo into it, and then your Tipo actually does something.
Yes.
And then it's not that bad. If they smash it, it's like on par.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah,
even just like a Mother Knows Best is like so frustrating.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But I mean, like, I love how good this makes Elsa, you know? Like, the idea that my Elsa just comes in as a 4/5, I mean, that's busted. Like,
yeah, if there was a way to put this into play exerted, or like easily exert your characters.
Yeah. It's like, listen, we got Pocket Watch. We got Cogsworth. You know, there's some options, But yeah, the problem is that it's a 2/3. So like if it's the character rushing, it doesn't give itself the strength, so it just like doesn't work the same. But yeah, for me, it's another card that just falls in that category of there's a lot of playable cards in the format, and there's a lot of cards that when I play them, I get something from them, or they're above stat, like they're stats. This card it's 100% in my opinion a gamble, and a worst part of the gamble is that like I mean I don't know, maybe it's actually the best part of the gamble. I'm not sure, but like you're just like, hey, I have this now. Do something, and if they can't do anything, that means they probably can't do literally anything. They're like you said, like, well, how do I quest? How do I chat? How do I do anything if this card if I can't answer it?
Yeah.
So it's so tough. But yeah, for me, if this card is good, if Yzma is good, like Smash is just gonna be the best card in the format. Just like Steel only gets better. Like I don't know.
And I don't want to play Steel deck, dude. I'm tired of Doc. Without the bounce package, I am sick of playing Doc, dude. I swear to God, there's gum on my sleeves because all three of them, like, if I draw one, I draw three.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
You gotta get the Rob Serpay hands, bro. All right.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you need.
Instead of all my cards turning into 3 cards, my 3 cards are trash. Yeah.
Speaking of good cards, my next card was Scrooge McDuck. Listen, guys, this is stats. All right. Yeah. 4 cost uninkable. I don't care. It's a 5/5 with 2 lore. This dude is so above rate. It's insane. Have you played against this card recently?
Yeah, smash that.
You can't. You can't smash it.
Yeah. And then not only that,
how'd that go for you, Scott?
I was gonna say we did play that in the DLC. Not only that, it's in Sapphire.
Yeah, right.
It's in Sapphire. It's not even a 4-drop.
No, it's a 3-drop.
It's coming down turn 3.
The 3 cost 5/5 with 2 lore.
Yeah.
This thing has been. It's always been on the edge of great, but in most cases, you were locked out of it because of uninkables.
Yeah, or you'd rather just play his manner.
Yeah, exactly. So like we played this in the Bend to My Will deck many moons ago, right? But it did become like a problem with uninkables in that deck. Now, like there is no how far I'll go. There's like you lost so many of your playable uninkables that it's not even difficult to fit 4 of these in there if you want to. So for me, this card is definitely just been an all-star, been a complete standout if I'm being completely honest. And it's like one of those where, again, like every time I just put a 5/5 into play, your opponent's like, what do I do? Like, how do I interact with this card?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's I don't remember if I put another card on the list, so I'll wait until the end. But yeah, there's another similar card that has just been like, if James played it against me, I might as well concede. Like,
you do a lot of conceding, bro. You gotta play some more games.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
You know what card I think will make people concede?
Really? This was my pick for surprise, because I'm surprised how bad it is.
Wow, that's a hot take.
Right. Isn't it?
That's a hot take.
Isn't it? I know. I think that it's a necessary evil. Okay. Right? But I thought this card would be much better with the songs gone from the game. The Amber Steel songs.
Sure.
I am finding that this is just like Piglet.
Okay.
And I wasn't in Piglet Enjoyer set 3.
Okay.
I know half the team was split on it because it crushed Ruby Sapphire, right?
Yes.
And I think if there was like a Ruby Sapphire deck, this is insane, right?
Okay.
But like I think way too many people are gearing their deck to deal with Daisy Duck, and Nala is being banished for her sins.
Okay.
It feels like Pinocchio,
Okay.
the 1/1, the star attraction, the 1/1 that quests for 3.
Okay.
Where like when that card was spoiled, everyone was just like, all right, game's dead, aggro is too good, brr. It feels the same exact way.
Okay.
And I thought with less removal,
Mm-hmm.
there would be a spotlight on this card.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, just paying 2, waiting a turn, and gaining 3 lore has not felt like that's the game I want to play right now.
Okay. Okay.
If I could bounce it easily, love it.
I don't even need to bounce this card. I think that you made a comment about not wanting to play Doc. Whole other problem. B, you just said I don't want to play these cards. So like this is really your admission to say that you don't want to play aggro, and that's okay.
Well, this was the first deck that I was like, all right, if we can't beat Amber Steel aggro is probably going to be the number 1 play deck. The first,
without a doubt, not even close.
So if I'm playtesting and a deck can't beat it, okay, throw it away.
Yeah.
And like
lots of stuff in the trash, guys.
And like especially on the draw.
Yeah.
If I've got like I played the Amber Steel aggro into James playing like a Scrooge McDuck on turn 3.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, sure. I basically played a gathering, whatever. Yeah. Like one better than gathering. Cool.
Yeah.
It's just I think that people expected it to be a 10 and it's more like a 7. And that's what was surprising about me. Or surprising to me.
I still think for me is that because there is less removal in the format, it's not about turn 2. Like the idea that when you get to 17 and you put this card into play, like there's just not enough answers to it. Like Piglet, when you play Piglet off the top, it's a 1 lore character. It doesn't do anything. When you put this card in play off the top, it's a 3 lore character. Like it's still just like great. Now I have to deal with that. And when they can't, you just win the game. There's gonna be a lot of times I think over the next 6-7 weeks where I stare to Nala and I'm like, man, this is so annoying. It does not matter how good you build your deck. It's not going to matter. Like it's literally, I guarantee you at least once in the next 6 weeks, you're going to be like, he was on 17, Drew and Nala, and I had nothing. It's going to happen. And that's why I think the card is just aggravating.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We can say the same thing about Gantu then. It's like, they didn't have Smash, Yeah.
No, and that for what's worth, Gantu fell into that whole curve of things. Like, listen, if you pay 5 for a 4 lore character and your opponent doesn't have an answer, I think you just won the game. Like, these are the gambles that we have to play, though. Like, this is kind of the gamble that we have to decide. Like, hey, are we going to try and play consistent? Are we going to play a bunch of cards that always do something? Or do I just want to gamble today? Like, do I just want to put a bunch of cards in play that are above rate that if I ever get to ready, I just win the game? Like, that's kind of, I think, where we're at right now. So
I want to address some stuff. I'm not saying they're wrong. On the play, I'll stop the sentence right there. That's the big problem. That's a big problem. You're only on the play. If you win every die roll, you're on the play, 66% of the time. I think that when most people are building their decks right now, they're building the very best on the play version they can. And I think that people can't really help themselves. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. And I probably do the same thing when I'm building decks right now. And I'm like only counting the games that I play on the draw, basically.
Okay.
In the back of my head, I'm just like,
for a second. The reason for that is that you are better than the average player. Continue.
Well, I appreciate it. But yeah, it's just, I'm thinking is like, what do I do? It's a pee jug. Yeah, you take my 66%. of being on the play, and you take the opponent's 33 1/3%, but
And
they're
that's
not playing against
147.
they're not playing against a real average man, right? They're playing against Dick Burns, so they've really got 144%.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sure.
yeah. So I'm just like, God, I don't know. There's just too many times that I'm so frustrated it's uninkable. I'm so frustrated that my opponent already played something that just answers it. It's just, yeah. And God forbid someone bells that thing. That resist don't matter at that point.
Sure.
Yeah, there's just so much that I think that will flesh out. I think the problem is everyone knows aggro is so good, so everyone has a game plan for it.
Yeah, I just think that even though people have a game plan for it, they could just lose.
Yeah, Mike
I think that is the cold hard fact currently, is that even if you have a game plan, like all it takes is you to not draw your 3-drop and you're dead.
Yeah.
You just like, oh, deck didn't get there. They got the 20 lore. Oh well. That's where I'm at. But there was also something funnier here. What else did I have? I thought Be Prepared should have stayed because hyper aggro. I'll be honest, guys. Be Prepared didn't help you in the hyper aggro matchups.
Yeah, I didn't want this person to feel bad because, no offense, I actually think Be Prepared would have made your matchup worse.
Yeah.
If your opponent can just be like, have a reason to play Pete again.
Yeah.
If your opponent can just win like the one that we answered, where it was just like turn 1 Daisy. Like, all right, how do you Be Prepared this? It's rough. I think people would lose the game a lot more with Be Prepared in their hand without things like Maui and stuff like that, and just feel bad.
Yeah, I think that's the answer is you should have won it like Maui Hero to all more than Be Prepared. Like that is a way more respectable card in the format, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would rather have swords.
Triple ramp. Come on, Orion. Swords. What swords? Oh, grab your swords. Sorry.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I went like to a dark place called Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, what are we swordsing? I'm confused.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we would have other characters in play to challenge as well.
Yeah.
I think swords would have been pretty fair because you have 1/4s and you have resist characters and stuff like that.
You also have a lot less shift targets. It's way more difficult to shift in this format.
Right. So you're most likely playing it on 5.
At best, maybe 4. Like to consistently do it on 3 would be very difficult. And even that, it would be like the most telling thing in the format if you could do it. You're like, oh, like there's the only reason you'd play this card is so you could shift. Like that's kind of where they're at right now. Yeah, but like this requires you to have a 2-cost uninkable in your deck. That's like, okay.
Hey, you could play the Emerald one.
That's a worse card. It's the worst card.
I'm just saying you could.
Back to our surprising cards.
Okay.
Mulan, the Elite Archer, the downgraded legendary to super rare. 6 cost, 2 strength, 6 willpower, 2 lore, shift 5. The ability Straight Shooter, when you play this character, if you use shift to play her, she gets +3 strength this turn, and triple shot. During a turn, whenever this character deals damage to another character in a challenge, deal the same amount of damage to up to 2 other chosen characters. Hey Dick, have you been triple shotted yet? Has this happened to you?
I have. Yeah, because
is it
what
miserable?
are you gonna do when your opponent just has a 1-cost 2/1 Mulan that drew a card and discard a card that's steal? What are you gonna do? Just never quest again?
Yeah, you're just dead. It's amazing, like this is one of the cards that when I was really looking at the format, and I'm like, you know what, we're in this weird format where like challenging is gonna matter, and if I really broke down like what are the cards that could make sense and really make a difference that like were never playable, and I know like there's some weird following out there that said they made Mulan playable. False. It was a lie. But now they have a chance. This card's very good. I think that What I love most about this card is what you just said. They have a 2/1 1-cost steel character in play, and you're like, what do I do? What do I do?
You know what else they have? They have a 4-cost,
It's true.
3/3 with reckless. So your opponents want to quest into that.
Yeah.
If you have like a 5/5, you're like, oh, you have reckless.
Yeah.
They won't be laughing anymore.
Yeah. What I love most about this is that I do think, we talked about it a little bit earlier, and we'll talk about it a little bit more probably, but the idea that in this new format, Ruby Steel is like a legitimate potential contender. I mean, that's like icing on the cake for this whole thing. I love the idea that just because of 2 cards, and there's plenty of them that are all good. They're all synergistic. They really made challenging mean something. I love the idea that we're going to go into a format where I can be like, hey, I'm going to play Ruby Steel today, and nothing against Snake Chips in chat here. It's not a meme. All right. I love that. I do love that. But I don't know. Ruby Steel thoughts real quick. Where are you at?
My initial thoughts are there not enough cards that are greater than the sum of their parts. So you're mostly playing a deck that is just stats. And I think once you play against someone whose deck is more synergistic and that their deck clicks, you actually don't stand a chance. But if not everything comes together for them, or if they're also playing a deck that is stats like Amber Steel Aggro, then it looks great.
Yeah.
So
I think if you are in just a stats versus stats concept, this could end up being like kind of like a scissors to the format.
And Light Diffuse is fantastic.
Love it. Love to hear it. People hate on it. People think it's bad. I don't agree.
There's not a lot of cards that are wiping the whole board. I mean, you can easily play 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, Quest, Light Diffuse, your Yzma, whatever.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Good evening, friend. How are you? Stats, exactly. Shout out to Jorge. Going to dinner tomorrow night with Jorge. We're going to Chicken and Pete's. I'm excited.
Whatever. They got crabs.
Crab fries.
Yeah.
Dick, we got to play the Bills again. Tell me about Heavy Play.
Oh, Heavy Play. Oh, I just made a sponsored post by Heavy Play. I think I forgot to put in #sponsored, which is illegal. I'm going to jail. But Heavy Play, listen, you guys know I'm heavy. And you know I like to play. All right. So this was the perfect company. I think it's the only reason they reached out to us, in fact. They saw me and were like, whoa, this guy could get aggressive. All right. We got to give him the top of the line products, the type of deck boxes that aren't going to fall apart. The type of deck boxes that when you leave your deck on the roof of your car, you're going to find it the next day and it's not going to be destroyed. All right. Those are the kind of deck boxes you could find from Heavy Play. And if you go to Heavy Play's website, scan the QR code and use TFM10, you get 10% off your order.
Perfect.
And we may or may not get a commission.
We legally, totally have to get a commission. So I got mine as well, but I didn't make a cool post yet. But yeah, I got today. Yeah. I got the purple play too. This is nice. Fits any normal play mat easily. Easy. But my favorite, without a doubt, is the deck boxes. So I already opened this because Kylie's really excited because we have a purple one now. I love this deck box. All right, the magnetic, boom, easy. There's no strap, there's no Velcro, there's nothing that can easily break. Dice box right connected to it. Slide in, slide out. I don't know. This holds, I don't know, 20 dice. Who knows? I'm a huge fan. They've been great. I love the sponsorship, and I'm excited to keep playing with them for a DLC season. We're gonna be repping Heavy Play, so I'm very excited for it. And yeah, that was our listen. If you're looking for a new deck box, I think they have the best deck box. I'm being honest. I love it. Dick, we were just talking about Ruby Steel. Tell me more about it.
I know we didn't even plan this. I just sent you my cards. So Kent,
I planned it. I
didn't plan it. Kent, he's ruining my life. Obviously, I said. And I'm like, you know what? All your cards say if I challenge, I just won't quest. All right. And he's like, oh, okay, Shang. What on earth? What in tarnations, really? With the amount of cards like Queen of Hearts and Card Soldiers and stuff like that get benefits off of damaged characters. You could play a card like, I don't know, Break Free or something like that. You could play something that damages your own characters, and Li Shang is just huge. Even when he's not huge, again, like, this card makes it so that you kind of have to just quest into it because they can banish your thing anyway. The amount of people that are playing like Captain Hooks right now because it deals with Louis, this just eats them alive. And when your opponent doesn't want to give you your when you challenge ability, you just say, okay, you don't have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just one of those cards, again, that randomly out of nowhere, a card that basically has seen zero play to this point.
Yep.
All of a sudden,
it is a promo.
Yeah, it is a pro. You were not wrong. All of a sudden, it just gets to look good. You know, challenging matters. Challenging ready characters definitely matters. Finding a cheeky way to get damage on them. All right, not as easy to do, but like you mentioned, Break Free. Certainly Break Free on this character. It makes it a rush character with 4 strength and 2 willpower and
5.
No.
Break Free gives it +1.
Yeah. So 5, right? So this comes in and just says all right, I can just banish pretty much everything in the format.
Yeah. You played a Gantu? Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's another one of those cards where you look at it and you're like, okay, this card, you never would have played it before.
Yeah.
Ever.
Again, might not be tier 1, might not end up being tier 1, but it was surprising.
Right. And I think that's just kind of the point, is that right now, it's like one of those very sweet spots, we're in that sweet spot where we haven't played in an official tournament yet. We haven't, seen data from around the globe and all those things like that. And I'm not kidding. I'm willing to bet that for the first 8 weeks of the format, there's going to be like a 100-person tournament every single week. The meta, I'm going to have to literally film a meta report every week because that's how active it's going to be. Because the game is just going to be at an all-time high for the next 10 weeks of this format. So the idea that you're going to have that much information for such a long period of time, it's going to almost remove the ability to be creative. And right now it's been very fun to play with some of these cards. And it's like Dick said, there's a good chance that not all these cards are going to make it. But the idea that we're playing games right now, getting a feel for cards that we just literally probably never, ever thought we'd play in a constructed deck, it's fun. It's fun. And it is surprising. I do agree. All right, my last, this is it, number 10. And it's one of your favorites.
Yeah, I could see the little preview, and I started smirking immediately. I remember when I got made fun of for saying I thought this card might be played in the future. Yeah. Okay.
Penny. 2 cost inkable, 1 strength, 2 willpower, 2 lore with enduring loyalty. When you play this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. I'm sorry. And you gain resist 1 until the start of next turn. Man, Penny's so good.
I know. You're welcome.
Yeah, this is just another one. This card does 2 things that I love. The first is you get to remove damage. The second is you get to gain resist. This is just one of those cards where it can really alter a game state. And that's my most impressive thing about the card is that, yeah, we're kind of, we're a little down low on good questing characters, and that's okay. But if we get to get more out of our 2 questing characters, this card costs 2 and it does a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of impressive. I understand why it wasn't necessarily played in a previous format, but in this format, I just look at this card, I'm like, my God, this card is annoying. It's so annoying.
Yeah, and the amount of people, again, who are prepared to deal 4 damage really early to your Daisy, and you're just like, haha, just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. If this, all right, it's a 2 cost a quest for 2, you would still probably just put it in your deck.
Yeah.
If it ever makes a single other one of your characters survive an extra turn,
yeah,
it was a 2 cost that gained 4 5, whatever.
Yeah. And it's
And
very
inkable?
similar. Yeah. Well, and like just to double down with this comment, a lot of the strategies that we're seeing right now are like 1 cost character, 2 cost character, 3 cost lady plus bodyguard. Penny is sort of an effective bodyguard.
Yeah.
Like if you give a Daisy resist 2 or a Nala resist 2, I mean, if a Nala is a literally a resist 3, I mean, good luck. Like good luck. So that's what I really love about Penny. I think that's what's most impressed me about this card is that the combat math gets so awkward. It's just like it's so incredibly frustrating. But that's
obviously good with Rhino.
Obviously good Rhino, good with Pluto, good with bodyguards in general. Like giving some of these 04 bodyguards resist 2. Now they're suddenly like they're an 06. You're just like, Jesus, how do I deal with this? So these were our big surprises so far. If you're hanging out with chat with us, feel free to add some to our list. If you're watching after the fact, comment. Let us know. What are some of your big surprises so far? Dick, anything you want to add before we we move on here?
Yeah, the haters can delete the comment that said it's only resist 1. It's heal 2, resist 1. But
yeah, my bad.
Everyone knew what you meant, but I guarantee you, you're going to be like, "Hey, someone deleted a comment."
That's fair.
It was that. I wanted to wait enough time for them to comment.
I got you. I like it.
But yeah,
the instant gratification response.
I am very happy that we are playing with what people thought was going to be a very boring format with no new cards.
Sure.
And that there are plenty of surprises. I think we could have added more. You limited us, so that's good. Because with unlimited power comes too much responsibility.
And I don't want to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. I want to be Arachnaboy.
Arachnaboy.
It's from WCW.
Yeah, I remember.
Arachnaman.
Bruno for the win. Thoughts on Bruno being a 205th card in the set?
Oh, they can still keep secrets. That's awesome.
I agree. 4 cost 3 Genie. Is this the Genie
that draws cards?
When it quests, you get to draw cards? Okay. I mean,
I can see it. If you're playing War,
I guess the argument...
Let's Rob Serpe card.
I mean, listen, it's one of those where there's no Zeus in the format. Like, how do you get rid of a 5 willpower character? So, that, depending on inkable counts, I might be more interested in playing that than a Yzma. Because 5 willpower is better than 3.
Yeah.
Can't smash that. just saying.
Scar, haven't been impressed.
Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Not even a little bit. I'm being honest.
Yeah. Magical Aid, I have been pushing.
Okay.
I've been pushing on TFM for 6 months now.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is just Fox. We can play more Fox.
It is not just Fox. Like,
we can play more Fox.
It's not a Fox. It's not the same.
Yeah, I do like Magical Aid. The problem is whenever I put it in a deck, I always inked it because all my other cards felt better. But now it might be its time to shine.
Okay. I like that they put Shere Khan back in. The 3/3 that challenges?
Right? I actually think that that's not a good enough effect for challenging matter. Like the Queen of Hearts, you might just win the game when you play her.
Yeah, drawing cards is busted.
But Shere Khan, especially if you played it on 3, might just make your opponent stop questing, and then all your challenge matters synergies kind of fall apart.
Yeah.
You're really gonna need to play those characters that challenge ready characters.
Yeah. Didn't really talk about it, but Mushu for me, I think like Mushu on 5 will almost always be better than Shere Khan on 3.
Yeah, Kent was also playing Mushu, but I don't think I wasn't surprised because that was one of those cards where it's like, man, if there's a Ruby Steel deck, what the heck?
Yeah. No, I agree. John Silver. I don't know which one. I think that. Oh, okay. Actually, there's 2 of them. They're both very good. The 3 cost Steel 3/3. That card's great. And the legendary reprint. I was a chapter 1 hater. Okay? Hater. I drank the haterade.
I wasn't. That's above rate.
Hated the card, never liked it, never was gonna play it. I'm putting 4 of them in my Emerald Sapphire deck, and it's not close.
Yeah, giving something reckless during chapter 1 costs 3 ink.
Yeah.
So that was effectively a 3 cost 5/5 to quest for 2. If you repeated it, it's free.
Okay.
Yo. Never take it back. Also, man, I don't know. I told one of my locals to build a John Silver theme deck with the shift one and everything.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a couple of cards where like Emerald Steel might just be the stats deck.
Yeah, I think that it's very possible that it is just the stats deck, which for what it's worth makes me a little sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think, hot take, that Max Goof is best in Emerald Steel.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not stats.
Right.
So I don't know if it works.
I don't want to get into a whole infinity thing, but my God, Max Goof is so good with muses.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's real good.
Yeah. Emerald Amber Under the Sea deck.
Yeah, buddy.
Is actually nuts with that card.
Yeah, buddy.
Anyway,
that's
what's
fair.
This about Bruno? We don't talk about Bruno.
It's also true.
I don't think it ever will be, but it looked real good in that multiplayer game. Oh my God. I healed like 7 characters. Yeah. All back to full health.
You can't convince me to play a 3 cost uninkable item.
Forest Duel, I am so high on this card. I just don't know. That's another one of those cards that I almost never get to a point where I want to play it. I kind of just want to ink it before I get to turn 5 because all my cards all my cards seem so good, and Elsa is like almost just as good, or Belle at this point.
That's fair.
But I was trying to build some deck where I basically was playing Overrun with this and Cricky, where it was just like, all right, my opponent will never have a board after turn 5.
Yeah.
The problem is, well, they quested, so they have more.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot. There is. I love any comment out there that is like the format's solved. I mean, bro, no, it's not. Like, I can't even figure out the best 60 cards for a deck that I've played 100 games with this week. It's not solved.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'd have to look. I don't even know what this is. I'd have to look up Genie.
People were playing it in Blurple for a little bit around like DLC Vegas time.
Which one is this though?
It's like while it's exerted, your opponent's characters, is it they can't quest or they can't challenge? They can't do something, or no, they can't ready.
So whenever is it that one? Whenever you play this character, while this character is exerted, opposing characters can't ready at the start of their turn.
Right. I got there.
Okay.
I'm the encyclopedia.
Okay. I mean, there's also the funnier thing is there's a second 7 cost Genie. Do you know what that one does too?
Yeah, whenever you play a card, draw a card at the end of your turn, put your hand on the bottom of your deck.
Yeah, that one's just not playable.
I am so interested in that card. If that was a Magic card, that card would be nuts.
Yes, because Magic is broken. Our game is broken for other reasons, not for reasons like that.
Yeah, but if maybe Infinity, dude, because if they ever just print if you could ever just jam 30 songs in a deck, you just never stop with that thing. Like that could be the power line card. Anyway, Family Fishing Pole. I haven't played with it yet.
That card's terrible.
We're
reviewing bad uninkable items, Cody. Come on.
Ben likes Family Fishing Pole, and I'm just like,
and he is wrong.
I don't see it. I just don't see it.
He is wrong.
They dropped the ball on Husky character representation. Where's my Chinpo and Mr. C? I'm with you.
That's fair.
We need a Bic Derns card.
That's fair.
When it enters play, you lose a
okay, bro. I don't care if it's inkable. It's not good. I don't care. I don't care.
Intersplaying third, it's a rough one.
Yeah, this is not good. It's not there. Crazy, but Go-Go's already crazy. You only need to Go-Go once. Who needs to Go-Go twice? What kind of games are you playing? Ah, man. We need Pete from the Goofy Movie card. You didn't get enough?
Merlin's Cottage format. Yeah, probably not. I mean, if you're both top decking, you basically just get to see that you're losing, not hope that you're not, because there's nothing you could do to fix it.
Yeah. There's no way to change it.
Yeah, so you're just like, oh, I'll concede a turn earlier.
Yeah. Not to mention you have to like play this card that does nothing in your deck. That's even worse. Right. So,
although you can move Goofy.
This is true. Stuff. I don't know. But all in all, I think that there's a lot of cards out there that people probably are just overlooking. And I think some of these were like surprises because they were good cards that have been better than good. And there were just cards that you're like, I would never play this ever. And all of a sudden it's great. And I think that there's a lot of cards like that. There, again, for anyone that bought the Amethyst Steel guide, I think there was, 50 cards or something like that in the 3-cost slot for Amethyst Steel. It was like some obnoxious number. It took me forever to record and edit the video. And it's crazy to me that like that is where we are in a format that is brand new, that is powered down, that there really is not, there's not enough cards that says this is the default card at that choice. So you have so much creativity room to build your decks. And I think that that's going to be the healthiest part of the format. I think there's going to be a lot of reward for specifically built decks if you position yourself in the meta very well. So that's what I'm most excited for, in all honesty.
Yeah, I think the metagame is in really good place, which you would never believe if you check the internet for the past 3 months.
It's true.
So
very true. So before we move on, we do have, oh no, I missed it. For our friends at home though, while we're here, while you're hanging out, we do have 2 other guides that on the Metafy. We have the Disney Lorcana, which is a free guide. The 101 Tips for All. It's our Disney Lorcana Foundation. This is basically a compilation of Dick Burns, me, David Nunes. I think Scott also has a piece in there too. And it's just like general pieces of information for beginning players to just think about Disney Lorcana at a very base level, and then kind of like turn that from beginner to pro and like really formatting it very well. I think all of the pieces in here are just like straightforward pieces of saying like, hey, if you do this, you probably would be better at Disney Lorcana. There's also a lot of pieces, from Dick. You can kind of like talk to some of your stuff of like how your brain works and how you have basically tried and teach people at your local store, like, hey, this is why this works and this is why I know this works and things like that. Because how many times have you had a conversation, you're trying to explain it to them and you're like, man, this is just like, how do I do this?
Yeah, I've been wanting to tell people, but it sounds rude. Go play some sealed. Yeah, because I think that now more than ever, the fundamentals of trading card games is more important. Mm-hmm. And that's where you learn them, because some of the ways I'm seeing people play is like how you would play last format when you could get out of a hole.
Yep.
And I think people need to go back and look at their card evaluation skills, when to quest, when to challenge, just the dumbest things, playing things on curve even.
I do agree. And it's tough, but it is like one of those reset buttons. So it's normally good to go back to basics in times like this.
Yeah.
So the other guide, of course, is our Lorcana Finance Guide. It's almost strictly a Scott Landis guide. There is a couple other pieces in there. I think there's one chapter from Dick and there's one chapter from David Nunes. But it's basically all about Lorcana finances and, in all honesty, things that, even Dick would love to discuss, of the best way to make money with Disney Lorcana. And Dick and I just went to Gen Con.
Mm-hmm.
Gen Con was an expensive weekend. Did it feel expensive?
So far, yeah, because I'm not willing to undercut everyone. Although, if anyone wants to give me $1,000 for this bad boy, this is very exclusive. No one else has one, in fact.
Why gotta be like that? Oh,
it won't zoom in. There you go. Hey, is this a mirror?
I have one. What are you talking about? I got one right here. What are you talking about?
There's a scalper. There's a scalper right there. Me
and Liz. You have two.
Yeah, I put one in my pocket. Me and Liz have been quoting that almost daily.
Yeah.
There's a scalper.
Fair. Fair.
Oh god.
So, yeah, the I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but we are very busy people.
It's true. I'm the busiest retired guy I've ever met.
It's crazy. Like, I know next week is probably a slow week for you. You're hosting a small tournament at your store with 8 boxes. Good luck.
I was gonna say, what is that? Are you talking about my Sunday event?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I mean that's not even the next set yet. We're giving away an enchanted Tamatoa at that one.
No, I meant I'm sorry, I meant like next week.
After that, yeah, I don't even have anything scheduled. Oh, okay. I don't even have anything scheduled. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So, Fabled starts, okay, and week 1, I am hosting a 128 player capped tournament that is in Jenkintown. And then on Sunday, there's a Proplay Denver buy event, which, by the way, ours is also a Proplay event. But there's also another Proplay event at Luxury Gaming that I'm going to be attending with David Nunes and playing in that. And then the next week, we have Ink Inc. And we're very excited for Ink Inc. because, honestly, it's 256 player tournament. That's insane. You and I did not play at PPG Texas. We were part of production. So we didn't I don't remember last time I played in a tournament of that size. It has to be, man, when's the last time I played in a tournament of that size? Because I don't even really count Continentals because Continentals was a 32 player pod. So
yeah, probably CCS before that.
I think for me it's CCS, right? So I haven't played in literally a 200 plus person tournament since December of last year. So I'm very excited for Ink Inc, obviously to play, but also because we get to meet Baker. I'm very excited to meet Baker. JD's going to be in the house. Colors Law's going to be in the house. Garrick's going to be in the house. Kawa and Kim, right? Whole lot of people. Some of them I've never met before, so that's cool. That's going to be fun. That's going to be exciting. And the craziest part about that is that same weekend is also Charlie's Collectibles, which is 300 plus people also. So in North America, in the second week of Fabled, you're going to have probably over 600 players registered in 2 tournaments on the East Coast. That's insane.
I think I accidentally signed up for a tournament locally during Ink Inc. I need to drop from that. Yeah, there's a 2Ks tournament going on in North Carolina. We get one of those every 3 months, and of course I'm not here for it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But to me, it's just so crazy that literally Fable's going to release, and obviously we didn't even get there yet. PPG Denver, okay? So there's Ink Inc, CCS, and then we have PPG Denver.
Most important one.
In theory.
Not a sponsor.
You and I are both going to be a part of production again. Mm-hmm. Very excited for that. Huge, much bigger crew this time. I think there's 6 of us this time as opposed to 4. So now we have 6 members of the team.
I thought we had too many last time.
So I'm very excited to be a part of the Proplay Summit again. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And then finally, I get a week to breathe, I think, but I don't even know if that's true. So Fable's gonna release. We're gonna go literally off the ground running for 3 straight weeks. then we have a week, maybe 2 weeks off, and then we fly to Italy. I don't even know if you're going still. You're still trying to go to Japan, I think.
No one will go to Japan. Listen.
So then you're going to Italy. Got it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think Japan is free.
It's not free. It's not free.
We're gonna lose in Japan. Okay, you're funny. It's best 2 out of 3 when it's 3-person teams.
Yeah,
they could barely take this Gaijin down when it was best of 1. All right, you give us best 2 out of 3. Where's AJ? If they had 66 and 6% odds, all right.
Liz is gonna be our third.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a Stonewall.
Dude, I was like, can I just play all 3 games? Bring my kids.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Dude.
Jesus.
I don't care. I'll be Big Van Vader. Yeah. I would demolish that tournament. It's set 5.
Is it set 5? Nice. Well, yeah. that makes it like good and bad.
Diablo's legal.
Yeah, I know that. Interesting. It's very interesting. Like I obviously did they release all the information for this? I didn't look at it because it was the same weekend as Bologna.
I followed them on Twitter.
Did you already get registered? Like, can you already register for the tournament?
You could have, yeah. I think it either ends this Friday or it just ended.
Oh, so you're not in the lottery? Are you in the lottery?
No, because there's no refunds. There's no refunds. I have been posting. You could tell everyone. I've been posting in the TFM Discord. Listen, 3 of us need to go to Japan. The flight was the same exact cost. The hotel significantly cheaper. The food significantly cheaper. The public transport probably significantly cheaper. It's Japan. So it would have been, I think, a cheaper event and better chances of winning.
Bold. I'm looking something up real quick so I can answer a question.
All right. I'm huge in Japan. All right. Ignore the fact that I'm huge everywhere.
I'm gonna be responding to this in a second here.
Okay. I was gonna say, is there a guide you're gonna link?
No, I want to do one better.
A video?
Yeah.
I'm so smart. Gosh, I want to grab my giant calendar and put ink in it because I can't believe I forgot to write that down. I signed up for it so long ago that I just completely forgot. I bought calendar. Can't tell. I'm in the Forbidden Mountain right now. Ooh. I bought a huge calendar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't forget.
Fair. So our really good friend Heath over at Be Our Guest he's the guy on the internet that does limited format stuff. If I didn't pitch it here, I would feel bad. So while we will likely be covering Fabled a bit, okay, we got deleted from somewhere. Hopefully it went through a couple times though. I would check out Be Your Guest on YouTube. He already has it looks like 2 of the guides out so far. So draft sealed set review 1 drops, and then draft sealed set review for 2 drops. So yeah, he's going through with other content creators in the field. Also, David Nunes will be on, I think, the 3rd episode. I think Nunes did the 3 drops. So TFM Nunes will be over on the next video most likely. But he's a diehard limited fan. He puts a lot of work and a lot of effort and theory into these thoughts. I'm not necessarily that person. David Nunes is. If I ever have to care about limited, I'm gonna get on a phone call with Scott and Nunes and just like listen for an hour. I'm just not even gonna talk. Not my forte. Unless it matters, I don't care about it. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But we will be covering it a little bit. Because Nunes is very interested in it, and a PPG at Denver. That Sunday event, 128 player sealed event, which is kind of insane. Hopefully they get their allocation. Otherwise, I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually, just looking at the spoiler, think that it could be a pretty good limited set.
I think it's gonna be fine. I agree. I think it's definitely there. Specifically hearing like the conversation with Luke from Gen Con, or no, was it from the game? I think it was either Gen Con or the main stage. I can't remember. A lot of it's blended together at this point. But he talked about how set 10 was very limited focused. So
yeah, the world's buzzing about that. What does it mean? What does it mean?
I just think it's good. I think it's a healthy thing for the game. Like I would be excited to play in limited opening format if allocations existed for it. So
hey, I tried running a draft, including Chapter 1 booster packs, for less than cost, basically. 0 people showed up.
Sad.
That was disheartening.
Sad.
Yeah. Right now, there's just like such little interest in limited, which is crazy.
I mean,
I think draft is really good locals event because like even when you lose, you still had 4 booster packs. Sure. You still had a shot of making more than the person that won the tournament, you know? Like you don't just like you didn't just burn equity, you know.
I don't have a fair answer to this question, but what I'm very confident of is that the level of judging that will be at this event will be up to the Disney Lorcana Challenge quality, and I have very high hopes for it. That's what I can say for sure.
I played in I was shocked when I showed up one time to a Magic Sealed Grand Prix that was like thousands of players, and all of the pools were pre-registered.
Yep.
The amount of work that went into that.
Absolutely. I agree.
Insane.
It's like actually insane. People don't like understand the amount of effort that takes to do that. Like we did it for World of Warcraft. I remember like every Continentals, every Worlds, like you'd sit at a draft pod and everything was already stamped, everything was already good. Like there was never ever going to be any level of cheating in those things. So I don't think it'll be to that extent, but the judging staff, they're definitely aware of the problems that were mentioned at Gen Con and things like that. So I have high hopes that that's not going to be a problem. That's where I'm at. How about you, Dick? You have a whole store and you have like a lot of events going on. You want to pitch out any events in your area that people can look out for?
Forget all the other stores in the area. No, there is a store. There is an event at Gilded Dragon. 2 cases. They always set aside 2 cases, no matter what. Mm-hmm. And they usually also have 2 cases in their set champs. So, and then Dream Days is a sponsor of mine. You can just look these people up on Facebook. I'm not going through all that. My bad, guys. They are having release events. I don't know of any other stores that have scheduled release events, which is crazy.
Well, I'm not talking about release events.
They have an allocation. And then I have the Enchanted Tamatoa event.
Okay.
Which is going to be on my birthday. So maybe I'll have cake. Who knows? You get prizes and cake.
Maybe I'll have cake, he says.
Yeah. So that's going to be on August 24th at Top Table Traders. You can also find us on Facebook. And we're going to have set hours soon, which is weird. Because I usually do the hours based on availability, since Disney Lorcana is, my number one reason to exist right now. Kids, what are those? And the store is something that me and James are just doing for the community.
Oh, what happened here? This was the wrong thing.
That was perfect.
It was perfect, actually, which is hilarious.
Surprise, Dick Burns. But now we're going to be open Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on. Hopefully that's a good for like, we won't be traveling. Yeah. 824 simulation.
Right. Spoilers. That's why the pod has moved to Wednesdays.
Yes. It was. Thank you so much. The omnipotent Daniel Arnold.
I think that, I think this you get a lot of like real time here, with us too, which is, dude, no way. You share birthday with Ruben? That is awesome. Ruben's the man. Like Ruben's like actually cooler than you.
Simulation confirmed.
Ruben is the one that redesigns all of our thumbnails and stuff like that. I love Ruben. He's the best. So the image I was trying to bring up earlier that I failed was tomorrow night. There's a really cool stream that I don't want people to miss out on. I will be attending, and I'll be in the chat room for sure because I'm excited about it. And that is Proplay Games is having a stream with Steve and Cassie. Cassie is the head judge at these events on average. Steve is basically the tournament organizer at this point. He's kind of taken over, and that's his job now. So he's the one that's setting up the venues, the staff, and all that stuff. And they have a sweet live stream going on tomorrow. They said there's some announcements coming in this, which I'm excited for to hear what's going on with that. All in all, definitely, if you're not following Proplay Games yet, obviously, Dick and I very attached to Proplay. We've been working with them for quite some time now. We're excited to be in Denver, but I'm definitely excited to hear what these announcements are coming. Super awesome. So definitely check them out tomorrow. And that's good because you don't have us tomorrow night, but you got Steve and Cassie, and they're awesome.
Yeah. Funny enough, before we talked about switching days of the podcast today, me and Kent were talking about it last night, and just like how I have to kind of juggle days at the store. And I said to him, listen, at the end of the day, I think the podcast is more beneficial as a whole to the Disney Lorcana community than the 8 people I help at this store. So no offense, guys.
Sure.
I'm going to do the podcast over opening the store that night.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, you could have got to the point where you could have done the podcast at the store.
That would have been rough. that would have been insane. With all the people in the background. Oh, God.
There you go. This is...
With some of the morons that show up in my store, there's no way, dude.
I thought you were talking about Ben, Mel, and Alex.
Oh, no. I could talk about those morons another time. No.
I was about to say, that's so mean.
No one wants to listen to the stupid stuff that people ask. Oh, my God, dude. The dumbest things. These people in North Carolina, they don't even know how to play the game yet. And I've been playing with them for 2 years.
Okay. Gotcha.
They know I'm joking.
Of course. But it is one of those where, I follow the Facebook, and it made me laugh. It was like every Sunday night or every Monday morning,
we announce the hours.
You're like, hey guys, these are the days we're open this week, and I'm like, it's like he's just like throwing darts at a board or something.
Those are days I was free. When we went to PPG, and then we went somewhere else, we were closed for 2 weeks.
Well, you drove Gen Con.
Gen Con. Yeah, Gen Con and PPG. Yeah, I was just closed for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, going and doing stuff with Ravensburger. Mm-hmm. Where'd that promo go? I lost my promo. Oh, here it is. Liz covered it up with orders. Going and doing stuff with Ravensburger. No offense, more important than the shop. The shop is a charity. All right. We go in there, I take the money, we rip it up. That was the DKP 100. Was it? I meant to get that framed. Babe, where's the tape? I'll just put that over there. That's Liz's problem.
The horror. Yeah, that was great. So I guess we can end on a fun note.
I like fun.
We had to sign an embargo agreement, Dick.
We did?
Yeah.
Well, I put Bic Durns. I didn't agree to nothing.
All right, that's fair. That actually, you made me laugh. I thought about something that I'll tell you after the fact that made me laugh. But anyway, we did speed puzzling, bro.
Yeah.
That's so loud. Oh my god, that was so loud.
Liz was listening to the pod.
Yeah.
Right. Speed puzzling.
So speed puzzling.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm serious. It was fun. I had fun doing that.
All right. So obviously, for the most part, we all. Oh, here's our friends. How you doing, guys? Hey.
Hey.
Hope you're having a good week. So obviously, if you look around and if anyone's seen any videos on it or anything like that, the Forbidden Mountain probably not known at all as a content creator for community events that are not competitive, right?
People are going to clip that and they're going to remove the 4 community events.
That's fine.
The Forbidden Mountain is not known as a content creator.
That's fine. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
But, so this event that we went to, that we were invited to, I was very excited to be there. Much like the collection quest that we talked about a few weeks ago, I had an absolute blast doing the collection quest. It really did. I was like, okay, I could do these. I could have fun with these. There's a way for me to have fun. Speed puzzling it's kind of like being put into a competition for something you've never ever done before and then told you have a clock. It was kind of like it was intense. I won't lie.
It was fun. Obviously I was joking earlier. Some of my favorite parts were JDZ giving up probably 3 times. Sure. I don't think he talked about that in his 24-hour live stream. There was one point where he stood up from his table and went, "I'm done. We're not doing this. We're done." And then he walked over to the food because it was catered. What was in my hand?
Oh yeah.
It was, and then he came back with a Sprite. He goes, "All right, my blood sugar's better now. I'm back. We're back in it. We're locked in." Yeah. Like that should have been recorded. Amike was absolutely hilarious because I walked over and looked at the red team. That was JDZ's team, Katie and them. I walked over there, looked at their board, walked back. Amike was like, "What are you doing?" I went, "I took some of their pieces." Like, "Do they know?" I went, "No, don't be a snitch." I didn't touch any of their pieces, but she had no clue that I was joking. Yeah. And then when we left, she gave me the broken bag.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
And everyone just laughed at me. 28 people or whatever in the room pointed and laughed at me.
Yeah. Speaking of Amike, like she was just top notch. Both of these events, and honestly, for the majority of the weekend that we had seen her before she got ill, unfortunately. And I have a couple great bad for the brand clips. All right. And one of my bad for the brand clips is Amike like getting kind of like angry at me for being just being me. Like I'm a smart ass from time to time. It happens, right? She's just like, she's going over something. I was like, yeah, but there's no rules. Like you just said there was no rules. Like we can just do whatever we want. And she's just like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, but you said there was no rules. And then she like hits me. It was hilarious. And I was recording the whole time, which is really funny. But she was great. She was hilarious. We talked about him a little bit last week, but man, Nate
was the best.
Dude, Nate, guys, you'll probably never ever meet Nate, which makes me sad. Okay. He's the guy who works specifically on puzzles, and he works up in the Massachusetts office, if I remember correctly.
Don't dox the guy.
I'm not. It's fine. It's fine. And when I tell you that, like, when you meet someone and within 30 seconds, you know it works, dude. It made several people look brilliant. All right. It made Nate look brilliant. It made Dick look brilliant. And it made Amike look brilliant because Amike was the person who set up the teams. And just so everyone's clear, because I'm sure no one else will say this, we were the only team that didn't have a speed puzzler.
Right. No, JDZ said it because he said in his stream, "Oh, well, we all had experts." And I went, "We all did?" Question mark. He goes, Oh yeah, sorry. Team Steel didn't.
Yeah. Everyone else gets a professional speed puzzler. And we just got the guy that does the art on the puzzles.
Melissa,
right?
it's your birthday. Just jump in.
I told her that. All right.
You have the
I
link.
told her that. I told her she can come in whenever she wants. So it was hilarious because like Nate sits down like, oh, you know, like you're a professional speed puzzler, and he goes, no. And we're like,
not to mention he was 20 minutes late.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was so funny. Yeah, we can tell this story now. Oh my god, that's my
then we
part.
found out it's because he had to work the booth.
Yeah. Poor guy's work. Yeah, this guy speed puzzler. No. He's working the Ravensburger booth over in the hall where the tournaments are going on.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So anyway, so we're sitting there, we're eating our catering. Shout out to Ravensburger North America again, giving us the catering food. They really treated us incredibly well. I was so awesome. Grateful, so thankful. And we're sitting there, and it's me, Dick, and Melissa. We're Team Steel. Awesome. So excited to get the shirts. Beyond excited to get the shirt. I'm not gonna lie. I've wanted those shirts since like DLC Atlanta for
People
sure.
Are
like,
so jealous.
For sure. I
sold mine for $1,000, but people are so jealous.
I hate you so much. So Nate, you know, we're sitting there eating, and I'm watching Sapphire, and they're talking with their speed puzzler, and they're like, I can hear them talking strategy. I'm like, all right. And then I can hear Ruby. They're talking strategy. I see Emerald, and I know the Emerald person because Dick was talking about her earlier and saying like, yeah, she's like in this speed puzzling YouTube video that I watched. I'm like, cool. Mm-hmm. And then Amethyst, everybody's talking shop, and our guy's, he's not even there. So I go over and I walk up to Greg Tito. That's right. I can say his name. That's for sure. And I walk up to Greg. I was like, listen, if our guy doesn't show up, Amike says you have to tag in. You got to be on Team Steel. And he goes, that's not going to help you, Eddie. I was like, what do you mean? You're not a professional speed puzzler? He goes, absolutely not. It was so good. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But Nate shows up. All right. And I'm telling you guys, like, he was perfect for us. Okay.
Dude, okay. Obviously, I joke around about simulations. Joke. Okay. I'm telling you, I have never had a worst case of deja vu. Yeah. You saw me. I was debilitated. It's a big word for me. I was debilitated for over a minute because I swore that we had hung out with him before.
I know.
Like, it was nuts.
It's not a joke. Unofficial member of TFM. I'm sending him a jersey, I swear.
Dude, even I'm sorry, it's Melissa's birthday. Even he made fun of Melissa.
Yeah.
Because he goes, all right, let's talk strategy. What do you think we should do? And I said, the strategy, the only strategy. Like, all right, we open it. We sort all of the pieces by color. Yeah, and blah, blah, blah. Keep going. Melissa's like, I don't know about that. And he goes, wrong. Everything he says right. I was like, Melissa, you know me. I'm metagamed for this. As soon as that embargo thing said we were speed puzzling, I researched.
Yeah.
I don't like to embarrass myself. All right. I want to win.
We did not win. We also didn't have a speed puzzler.
Right. The only ones.
Yeah. It was hilarious at the concept that probably the most competitive people in the room were the people that didn't have a speed puzzler. I understood. But Nate was, oh my God, he really was just amazing. He hit with the quirks. He fired at us. Like I'm telling you, it's like we've known him for 10 years. Like that's how good it was. He made fun
of me for always being the center of attention.
It was great.
I looked at him. I go, dude, you know me so well.
Yeah, like, dude, we're best friends.
But yeah, and then we saw him all weekend, and he'd be like, "Oh, Steel Brother."
Yeah, so that was awesome. The event was so good. It was so much fun, and just honestly, the whole thing. Like realistically, now that like we had the full circle of like we had the quest that we were going to talk about right away, and then the puzzle event. Now, that event was so cool. They were so kind. We all got a puzzle to go home with, which is nice.
We had to hide it.
Yeah, which was hilarious. So they said they're like, oh, we're gonna give you puzzles to go home. And I'm just like, how are we gonna walk out of here with puzzles? Like how do we keep that embargoed? So they gave us a Ravensburger backpack, which did hide it. And I was like, okay, this makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mine was broken, like I said.
But yeah, like it was so much fun. And even though like we were in it, right? Like we're doing it, okay? And we're just like we're in this puzzle, we're looking at it, we're working on the edge, someone's working on character working, and I'm like, I think they're like an hour left. And I remember I just looked up. I looked at where we were, and I'm like, there's no way we're doing this puzzle.
I
like,
just immediately added her.
No way that we are finishing. Like, it's impossible.
She's muted still.
I'm back.
All right, Melissa's here.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
And with that, we're gonna sign off, guys. We will raid someone.
Rude.
Thank you so much.
You're the worst.
That's good. That's good. Those two.
That was so good.
That was good.
Do you have the video of me? Are we posting that anywhere? Otherwise,
Which
I'm posting
one?
We will.
Okay, I said
Okay.
I was gonna say. Otherwise, I'm posting on Twitter. That video is so funny.
No,
That
I
video
have
was
to edit
great.
it to put them together. But yeah. The problem with it was that I've been dealing with a broken computer for the last 48 hours. So
Yeah.
my Monday got a little thrown off.
We have
Anyway,
tons of happy birthdays here.
yeah, let's
Yes,
go.
I was
Let's get them in
watching.
the video so that
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Jorge knows me so well. Marion birthday. to me.
Accurate.
I like it.
Dan gets nothing.
That's fine. It's not my birthday.
Dan's the
although,
Ben of this situation.
for what's worth, in the middle of Melissa and Dick's birthday, I do have my 11-year wedding anniversary. That has to count for something. All right, gotta count for something. Anyway, Melissa, you're here. You're Team Steel. Ben is not Team Steel. Everyone that saw Ben in a Team Steel shirt a couple weeks ago, he stole that actually. So that may or may not be true. But anyway, Melissa, tell me about your puzzle experience.
I didn't really know what to expect because Ben and I used to do a lot of puzzles, especially during COVID.
Nerd.
But yes, I mean, what else was I supposed to do locked in a city apartment where the entire city was shut down?
Yeah, especially with Ben. Like, go get water ice.
Oh.
That's
You can't even get water ice in Boston, so which is where we were at the time.
Ben can't get water ice anywhere.
But no, so I didn't know how. I mean, I looked at a few things. I've seen speed puzzling happen, but I didn't really know how legit speed puzzling it was going to be versus let's teach these nerds about puzzling because it's Disney Lorcana and this room of people loves Disney Lorcana. So it was cool to kind of see everyone in their element, so to speak. I know you mentioned we had Nate as our kind of captain who wasn't a speed puzzler but is project manager for the puzzles. But when we walked in the room, the girl Tammy who was on Emerald, I saw her hat and I was like, wait, that's so cool. And she goes, yeah, that's just the thing I wear whenever I'm speed puzzling.
Yeah.
So very much how we all have our routines and things we do, that's her way to have fun with it.
Yeah.
It was competitive, which is not surprising for a room of nerds.
She had Guinness World Record.
She did.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you put a bunch of card players in a room and tell them there's a competition. It's competitive.
Exactly.
Fact.
It was hard.
Dude,
obviously
it's so hard.
Yeah.
We watched JD have his marathon stream where they literally went through
We didn't
it.
talk about this yet. My man went for 24 hours straight on a puzzle.
I give him a lot.
I'm going to state it right now. I will never do that ever.
Does that mean you and Liz are taking on the challenge?
It has to be one person. Liz would love to do
He
it.
had 3 people.
No, at the end he did when he gave up.
No, production helps the night before.
He gave well into it.
I thought he's
No. Production was helping.
So
and production had to go to work.
I woke up and I was like, why is JDZ on Twitch this early?
Dude.
And then I clicked on it and it said that he had been on for, forever. And he was saying, basically, he was saying, I thought it was going to be 7 hours. So I had to call in reinforcements. So I assumed that meant he went 7 hours before he called in anyway.
I mean, he might have. But
I don't know what the timestamp was, but in general, I think I don't know how long it would take to speed puzzle it.
Well, we know. You said her name was Tammy, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that did the puzzle that was revealed at the end of the day. and she did it in 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. They were saying that's like several hours for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So she is a professional speed puzzler, and she did it in 4 hours.
In 4.
So
Which is insane. Kudos to her.
I mean, we listen. Guys,
we did what, like an hour and a half, and we got,
I didn't get around to it yet. I will make a post on social media. We have a couple videos. They are fun. I had a great time. I had a blast. But it ain't for me. I'm not gonna be it's not for me. Liz,
it was
listen,
fun.
If you want to drive all the way to Philadelphia,
I was gonna say,
right,
if we were still up north, we would totally stream it on
no
your
problem.
giant table.
I got right in front of me here. There's a whole thing set up. Not a gameplay gonna happen soon, promise. But if you wanted to stream, no problem. There's a couch behind you for the naps. Okay. It's really
I wish we're going up there for something soon. I would totally do it with her.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. Like I was very in it. Like when we were there, and I definitely 90 minutes straight. I was invested. I was definitely like, wow, this is not going to happen. I feel stupid. I can't make these things work. And then Nate's like, Dan, you struggling? I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah. Nate gets up, comes around the table, plots something together. I'm like, oh yeah, he figured it out. Like that's great. I made
you switch spots at one point. I was like, Dan, just let me take over.
I had never felt like that useless in a competition in my entire life. And I'm a competitive person. I played sports my whole life. I've played card games my whole life. Holy crap. I was like, yeah, guys, I can't do this. It's not for me. I'm not good at this. It's not.
Oh, who brought around the donuts?
Shane. Shane.
Yeah,
Shane was walking around feeding people.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just call it what it is. Everyone was miserable. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're all looking at each other. We're like, oh my God, they're closer than we are. Oh my God, they're like, not just us. Everyone in the room was like, this is cutthroat, right? Shane's like, hey, does anyone need a donut? I was like, bring me a donut. And then I went, thank God. I felt like my diabetes was gonna ease up at some point. He goes, love contributing to diabetes.
It was really interesting to me how quiet the room got, like as soon as it started, though, because everyone was so chatty. We were eating, everyone was having fun, talking about like you guys had done quests the day before. I played in tournaments all day. Like I had actually just won my playmat earlier that day playing Amethyst Steel, and then I got a Team Steel shirt. So I was like, ooh, this is kind of cool. And all of a sudden, like they said, okay, like we're starting, and we got the bags, and it kind of just after strategizing, it just got very silent and focused.
Yeah, and then me and Melissa had the back of the puzzle, the back of the box. It was missing outside.
Yeah, we were looking at the picture. Dan had the other half, and he's like, "Yeah, this is the frame." And we're like, "What frame? Where is this? Where does
I
this
felt
go?"
like on Dumb and Dumber when he looked at the map and he goes, according to this map, we've only gone 3 inches."
What are you talking about?
The front shows more.
So the front and the back, the pictures are different.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. No, we had the front of the box. It has the 100 pieces over it. We had no idea.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
like the very front.
There was a book in front. We're like
we were using that as our reference on our side of the table. And things just appeared that we didn't know existed.
You guys like didn't have your whole corner.
Yes. Yeah. So every time you hand me a piece.
We didn't know Moana was coming out of a book. We didn't know Mickey had a. Oh, we didn't know the
arm, like that whole bottom
guitar
just didn't exist.
Hold on, guys. I didn't even know this until right now.
Yeah,
I told you.
We were like, this piece goes to
my God, that's so funny.
So like I was building, you guys put me in charge.
Yeah.
You put me in charge of Mulan, right? And you're like, guys, here's Mulan's dress, here's Mulan. And I couldn't figure out how Mulan would connect to the bottom border you were making. Because there was just this whole like inner piece.
That is
But Mulan did come out almost entirely at the end there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Moana was great. We just threw her in a pile.
Yeah.
We're like, we're not finishing this in an hour and a half. Forget Moana.
Yeah.
They can't say Timon and Pumbaa, and he goes, Timon and Pumbaa, they're both Lion King. I'm like, they're on opposite sides of the puzzle, bro. I'm like, Pumbaa's over here, Timon's over there.
What I thought was most interesting was at the end of it, if you really like walked around the room and looked at the different teams' puzzles, everybody kind of built something different.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I think it was Emerald. Like they just had Moana. Like,
well, they had Tabby.
right, but like
she was the hardest part.
Like
Moana.
we got Moana, and then everything else was just like scattered. Where a lot of people like had the frame, they had like multiple characters. Like I just remember I walked over, I'm like, well, they got Moana. Like they got her.
Yeah, we immediately gave up on Moana.
Yeah.
Moana just went in a pile, and I was like, What's
funny is that a portion of the puzzle is started and over here, and it is mostly Moana. Shout out to TFM Nana. She did, and she actually kind of did Moana, which made me laugh because I'm like, yeah, when we were there doing this, we didn't even touch these pieces.
Yeah, Nana took her arthritis pills.
But yeah, I don't know. It was definitely an experience. It's one of those where like it was cool to be a part of it. It was definitely fun. At the end of the day, like the environment was a good place for it, but it certainly was one of those where I'm like, man, I am not good at this.
Yeah. As much as we're being funny, it was so nice to be invited and to go out and do that. I was so happy Melissa was there. She wasn't there the day before. I had no idea.
Spoilers, I was TFM Melissa of the Lore Keepers Inn. Katie has proof. She told me that there's always room for one more at the inn if I ever, if Vic and Dan are ever too mean to me.
There you go. Yeah, it was. But
funny. It was so funny when we walked in because MK got so embarrassed. She's like, "That's not your team." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, it was just funny because like it was even like folded weird, right?
Yes.
Like
it was like folded because they got embarrassed.
And I walked over, I'm just like, what happened there? Like, and then we opened it up and I'm like, oh, that's great. That's actually hilarious.
Not gonna lie, when we walked in the room, I was a little bummed that our team was us at first because I thought it was like
me too. I was like, I thought this was a mixer.
Yeah, right. Like I thought it was a mixer and you weren't supposed to be with like your team. But then as we got into it, I realized that everyone was just kind of with their partners or people who they do content with.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool to be separated. I think that like I get it in some ways. Like this was like an inviting room where it's like, hey, let's just like be comfortable, and then I can totally get behind that too. But I also look at like this is an opportunity to meet new people. This is an opportunity to enjoy something and kind of like get along and things like that. So I think either way it would have been fine. I honestly think that regardless of the situation, it still would have been fun. I don't think it would have changed it much in any way.
It wouldn't have changed anything. The only difference for me was like I wanted to be able to talk to the people I hadn't spoken to in person or seen yet. So like I ended up probably spending 45 minutes when we were done kind of just taking a lap around the room, getting a chance to really talk to everyone.
If we were all on different teams, we would have talked eternal smack.
Oh yeah.
Ours got way further than yours. Count the pieces.
That literally would have, that would have been the real competition.
We would have had a whole video of like whose team was better.
Yeah, they win dessert.
Yeah, who wins dessert? Exactly.
Liz was the real winner that day. She got sliders.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, no one guessed. Yeah, pork
I
sliders.
thought that was revealed. My bad.
No, it's all good. They were like, obviously, I do nothing but joke around. So I walked over to the food. I went, who's taking all this?
I mean, they told us to take it though. Like Maggie. Even I remember night one, Maggie was like, "Hey, like this food's got to go." And I don't think anyone took it night one. Night two, you're like, "No, I'm taking it tonight."
Well, so night one, we didn't know that there was food. So we had eaten.
Yeah.
So yeah, night two, I was like, I'm not eating nothing. You're telling me Ravensburger paid for this?
Well, it was two things, right? It's like we didn't know it was to be catered, one, so we did eat before, but two, we also didn't know how late we were gonna get out of there. We didn't get out, we were there at least 2 hours on Thursday, and I think it was like 2.5 hours on Friday.
It was probably 3 by the time
it was almost 3 hours by the time we actually walked out of there. I think you're right.
So we didn't even have time to like get food afterwards.
No.
Which is great because my hotel had a full fridge and kitchen set up. So I could cook those sliders each morning.
Also, for the record, the email did say there was going to be food, so you
Nobody
probably just
reads.
didn't read it.
Nobody
That's
reads.
what I said.
Nobody reads.
I read embargo. Don't talk about anything in this email. I was like, can't talk about it if I didn't read it.
Yeah.
All right, that
Bruno.
sounds like something you would do.
Bruno. That's funny.
Oh gosh.
That's funny.
The
Oh, yeah, it
sarcasm
was.
bit was good with Ambike. I know you were talking about that before I joined.
Oh yeah.
She destroyed me. I'll admit it.
She did. She knew exactly how to get under you and be like, got him.
Yeah, it was a wizard's duel. And yeah, I was basically Voldemort when he realized he was losing at the end of the movie.
Yeah, she was great. And honestly, like we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but they were all great. I had so many good conversations with them all weekend. It was just so fun, specifically during these events. Like we talked to them outside of these events as well throughout the entire weekend.
Yeah.
But it was like this the perfect opportunity. It's like, hey, there's 30 people in this room. We're peers. We're speed puzzlers. We're content creators from Disney, and then Ravensburger. And it's like such a small knit community. You were basically able to talk to whoever you wanted to, have that conversation, kind of make that connection, do the networking, and really just put a face to a name that you see on Discord that you would have had no idea, you know?
Yeah.
So it was.
I should have researched that a little more. We talked about it last time. Thank God I was not crazy around these people when we saw them on the Gen Con floor, and I was just like, "Oh, you're a random Ravensburger employee. What's up? Get over here." Luckily, I'm not actually bad for the brand in real life.
Yeah.
Only on YouTube. But that was so much fun realizing who some of these people were after we had hung out with them already.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, Dan, who is that? I'm like, this person. And you're like, no.
It was nice to put names to faces.
I'm not going to say who it was. I thought one of the employees was a custodian. Remember? Yeah. I'm like, do you need help with the trash?
Oh, man.
Because they were picking up trash. And everyone was walking. I was like, do you need help over there? They're like, no, thank you. It's like, okay, well, I'll see you later then. And then the next day, they make an announcement. Hey, so I'm vice president of what? I thought you were vice president of that trash can over there. Jesus.
Yeah. Really funny.
I'm excited because I think some of them. So Ravensburger has a booth at Destination D23, and they're going to be selling I believe 4 of the 6 puzzles there, and then the other 2 are going to be at Disney Springs because they're like Disney exclusive. So I'm excited because now I can get my hands on them because I can't just have Amber. That would be silly.
When are you ever going to have time to do a puzzle?
That's a great question. It's
on.
probably going to go in the sealed. Let's be honest, it's going in the sealed collection for now.
Okay.
It'll go in the sealed collection.
I'm like, last I checked, you quit your job and you're going to be study abroad for the next 3 months.
She never had a real job to begin with.
Oh boy. Excuse me, how would you get all those gummy bears if I didn't have a real job?
Yeah. Okay. Listen, when I joined the team, there were free gummy bears, guys. Would you not be outraged a year later and you only got gummy bears once? She had the smallest. The pack of gummy bears was probably this big. There was 4 bears in there. Okay,
besides the Teach You cards, yes.
It was a gummy family more than anything. And she's like, yeah, I always have these on me because they give out tons at my job. Yeah. After that, you had like a different position and never went in the office.
Moved, bro.
No, I moved. I don't live in Boston anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, now she lives in Pittsburgh. What a terrible place to live, but you know.
Hey,
better than Ohio. I had to get that in there.
That's the steel. Pittsburgh's the steel capital of the world. All right. She's the amethyst steel main.
It's true.
We love steel.
Checks out.
The real thing though is that before Destination D23, there's also Ravensburger speed puzzling that Ben and I signed up for. So we're gonna have to see how that goes.
Nerd alert.
I was I was hoping Alex was still here.
Obviously, he's still there. Always Ohio hate.
Oh,
I did learn though that it's only a 300 piece speed puzzle, not 1,000.
That's a world of a difference. That's achievable.
So
That's
we
achievable.
will report back how that goes in 2 weeks.
That sounds way closer to my level, but really like 76 is probably my max.
Is it teams or single?
So they're putting you on teams of 4. We are 2.
Okay, so in 2 weeks, Melissa comes back with a black eye, and and Ben comes back with a busted lip.
I also learned that Lorcana librarian Sarah is gonna be there. I don't know how teams work. She like made an awkward comment and was like, "Oh, you're not on a team of 4." And I was like, "I have no idea how any of this works."
Yeah, see, this is my I live in this world. Okay, I got lots of 12-piece puzzles upstairs. All right, we're good. We can do those. 1,000
real quick,
bro. 1,000. What real
Katie
quick?
said she thought that's why they kicked us out, because if they didn't, we would have just stayed all night.
We would have definitely hung. Yeah.
Yes.
Like there wasn't a reason to leave, right?
Liz,
and I'm sure that they obviously couldn't leave us in there.
Right.
So, you know, and they had to get to bed too.
They were like, take your shirts and go. My God.
You're like, wait, what? I have to give you a second shirt to leave? Yes, you do.
Yeah, that's how we got to. We refused to leave until we got.
That's not true.
That's
but
a lie.
when they said, "Hey, would anyone else like another colored shirt?" We were all like, "Yes."
I know. Imagine saying no.
What? Yeah, I was like, "Hello, I get 2."
Liam was telling me that because they gave Elena like the smallest one.
Oh, which is so cute.
And he took it when they got home so that they could have another ink.
Makes sense.
That's it. Bringing my kids to every convention.
That's the hack. Bring the kids. Bring the kids.
Just bring Alice and Tessa.
That's funny.
Alice will be like, you make cards after me, okay? You owe me royalties at this point.
Fair.
She would believe that too. Oh,
she'd come in so confident.
It's true. But yeah, puzzles it was a blast.
It was a blast. It was great to be invited and be there and take part. So looking forward to whatever opportunities may come our way.
We'll see. It was fun though.
We shall see.
Melissa, while I have you here,
yes.
Thoughts on Fabled rotation?
I'm obviously bummed to like lose cards that we've played with for a really long time, but I'm also kind of excited for a reset in a way. Like there's been so much consistency and you know exactly what 50 of 60 cards are in a given deck when you sit down and you see that somebody inks color A, like ink A, and plays ink B. That yes, we're going to get to a point where that still happens, but now we kind of get to see if anyone's creativity shines or get to play a different game. Like challenging seems to have mattered from some preliminary testing, which wasn't always the case.
Yeah, true.
So
very true. Very true.
I'm excited for new perspective. There's some cool cards that came out in the 33 new cards. So I'm eager to see where people land with them and kind of what shines early. And there's so many tournaments coming up like this set that like I don't expect the meta to stay stagnant because very literally week after week after week after week there's an event going on. So
hey, did you guys hear Disney Lorcana's dying?
Yeah, it's dying.
I'm hearing that.
Yeah,
it's dying. That's why I'm studying abroad for the next 3 months, right?
Yeah. It's weird how they keep selling out of every set they make. And
yeah, it's dying that Melissa will be in Miami, Maryland, Denver, takes a week off. Holy crap. Stockholm, Bologna, takes another week off. Won't be in Milwaukee. She's running Disney. It's okay.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of Orlando.
There's a lot.
I like Orlando.
I looked up that Stockholm tournament today since you were going. There were tickets available today. The prizes just weren't it for me to take a week off to go there.
No, it was more.
You're obviously also going to the park, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it was more that it was like if we were going 2 days later anyway, did it make sense to just tack on an extra 2 days at that point?
Yeah, I would definitely go.
What's another weekend?
I can't go to that theme park without my wife. I would come home to an empty house.
Understandable.
That would be a lot of work. I've seen pictures. I know it's better now, but your house is like stocked, so that'd be a lot of work for her.
If my wife isn't here, it's an empty house.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's probably a better chance of like your stuff just on the ground, like outside, kind of like all those water bottles from the other day.
Oh man, that was a good day.
That was funny.
Yeah, let's not even explain that. I got all that food for free, and they brought back half the food that wasn't mine.
Nice.
Oh my god! So you really made out
stuff that wasn't me. Yeah,
nice.
It was insane.
Good workout. Final question for Melissa: if you're watching, do you have any surprise cards? Any card that you're like, yeah, I didn't think that was going to be it, but maybe it is?
I think the one I'm probably most excited for was Lilo, which you talked about already. We've loved, I played dogs a bit last set. Cricky was always very strong, and in a way, Lilo feels like baby Cricky. So if we're in a format where the power is in a different spot, it feels very similar, just like with a stat line that fits the meta we're going into.
I agree. It's been fun. Dick, any final words for our friends at home?
Well, it is Melissa's 47th birthday. So if anyone out there wants to buy 47 Twitch subscriptions, we will give her 5% of the earnings. So, up from her typical 1%. So let's get a train going on that right now. Dad Kana, you better still be in here.
God, that was so good.
This is like how the time Kylie got her super goof.
This is exactly like the time that Kylie got her super goof. That's actually, oh man, that's hilarious. Too funny. Once again, happy birthday to the wonderful Melissa.
Thank you. There was a lot of love on social media today, so that was nice to see from everyone.
Fun. They're better.
Right? How dare they? How could they not love you? Although Katie, we talked about this. Katie scared her off, all right? You scared her off.
Katie and I talked yesterday. We're good.
Anyone that thinks that
she doesn't want to get on your bad side.
Everyone thinks that Melissa is the oldest person in this chat box. You are wrong, okay? You're wrong.
Fair.
But anyway, it's going to be exciting. You are, you have a busy few weeks ahead of you. So we wish you best well on your travels. And of course, it'll be a fun one. By the time we get back here next week, it'll already have been Dick Burns' birthday. So happy early birthday to you, sir.
Thanks. I don't celebrate.
That's fair. I don't either. I don't have my birthday listed on social media because I don't want people to say happy birthday to me.
That's fair.
I am relieved that my children are not here to celebrate because when they come back, it will be Alice's birthday, and then we will have her birthday party. So I get to skip over mine.
Orion's at the end of the month too. That's right. Yeah.
What does Alice want for her birthday this year?
$1 million.
Okay.
A DKP signed $100 bill.
Yeah.
Good thing we have that.
Aside from me kayfabe ripping that earlier, I accidentally spent it.
No, you did not.
Yeah, and I had it. Okay.
Story time.
For one, people were coming up to, I think, Melissa, and they were like, why does Dick have so much money?
Yeah, I did get asked that a couple times. Because
I'm filthy rich. What do you mean?
They'd see you pull your wallet out and they're like, you're so fat. I'm like, him? They're like, no.
But I had it in the very front so that I wouldn't spend it. And I spent it at a thrift store because the cashier was one of the dumbest people I've ever met in my life, and I was trying everything I could to get away from them, and I wasn't even thinking. It was the first bill I saw, and I still don't have a bank account in North Carolina, so I was trying to break all those 100.
Yeah, I thought you were going to tell me it was at Krispy Kreme. So
no, oh my god, that was also a nightmare. absolute nightmare.
That was its own.
You're having a
nightmare.
great week, bro.
I got roasted by a Krispy Kreme employee about liking Harry Potter. Okay. And nothing against anyone who works anywhere.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I've never walked into a fast food place or anything and thought anything about the employees other than these people are overworked.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. When I go in there and there's people like yelling at them and stuff, it's like, dude, this job's harder than yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like when I just walk in and she's already making fun of Harry Potter fans to the person in front of me, and I just go, hey, how's it going? Can I get the Harry Potter donut? And she just starts ripping into me. Oh my God. That was brutal.
Rough. No fun. Yeah. Unappreciated workforce. Philadelphia School District about to go on strike for a school that's about to start on Monday. It's going to be great,
boy.
guys.
Oh, awesome.
Great.
Remote learning.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, Alice tried signing up for JDZ's giveaway. Other people that weren't in the chat were allowed to. This is ridiculous. This is such an inside joke. There's going to be like 2 people that get it.
Got it. No problem. But yeah, for all those that hung out with us tonight, you were great. Thank you as always. If you haven't yet, for whatever reason, hit a like button on whatever platform we're watching this on. And it's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun. We have a pretty busy week coming up with this release of Fabled. So much content that has to get recorded now that I've wasted 2 days with a broken computer that's sitting over there. Guys, the replacement needed a replacement, and that is going back to Best Buy. I'm done with Best Buy. All right. This is like the time where JD's stuff was lost by Delta. We're protesting Best Buy. Don't buy things from there. They're terrible. So I have to still get a brand new computer. It'll happen. Whatever. But it's been fun. Thank you guys for hanging out, and we'll catch you guys next week. See ya.
See ya.